Welcome to another one for Week of Dungeons and Dungeons. Last time, the Waterdeep crew finally took on their journey to revive Shalmir. They went to the north, and they found out Eve had already decided to prepare herself for the revival of Shalmir. They got a chance to look inside the vault inside the north. It seems like there's multiple vaults around this world. People seem to hide powerful objects away from the world as best they can inside these little vaults or pocket dimensions in the experience of the Waterdeep crew. With that said, you guys left the orbs behind for the fear of Ragnorum maybe tracking you down. Maybe trying to get these, especially after you guys brought it to Yongguk, the other crew. Seems like they can see them no matter where you hide them. So putting it in a place obscured from view out of the world could be a very helpful move for both crews. Regardless, it took a while to teleport around as they tried to revive Shalmir at home in his forge, but nothing was clicking. A man of very few meaningful artifacts. It was a pain in the ass to get this guy back, and it seemed like there was almost a force preventing Eve from being able to resurrect Shalmir. So you guys tracked down one of his old buddies and basically kidnapped him, and you guys went to his old mountain, and inside that mountain, all the old buddies working away, each of them, all this labor that the mountain lord seemed to have them obsessing over work instead of helping you guys, which is obnoxiously annoying because you're the center of the universe. The characters finally helped you lead into the direction of the long-lost dwarven city of Karstool? I don't have it in front of me, the name, because I'm bad. Yeah, Karstool. I'm fine. And inside there, you found the orc army that Escott Grandier recruited to help him during the Northern War. This is their hideout, and tens of thousands of classic Lord of the Ring-esque orcs are chilling out here with one giant orc at the center of the place, just bumming around crushing skulls. You guys infiltrated the broken section of the dwarven city, went underground, a bridge collapsed, and you guys safely fell to the bottom, where you found Shalmir's parents, barely holding on to life by a forge. With them, Eve was able to complete the ritual and revive Shalmir, who appeared on top of the forge, where there's like a little plank that overhangs the basically molten lava underneath it. He stands there in his robes with his symbol of the Mountain Lord on his chest, as he is now brought back to life. Last you saw him disintegrated by Orlith inside the temple nearly 60 plus sessions ago. The return of Shalmir is where we begin our session. Shalmir, one of the first things you see as your vision comes back to you, from darkness to blurriness, you can see your parents laying on the ground, shells of themselves, but still recognizable, as you can, in your periphery, see bits and pieces of friends and strangers alike inside this room right now, that has this feeling of home, a little bit of comfort down inside this area, though not familiar, not necessarily a forge you've ever worked at, but the dwarven architecture puts you at ease growing up inside Karstool.
What happened? Where are we? Mother? Father, how?
You see,
how are you here?
Their hands start to go up a little bit, and you see your father look to you and... It's my boy.
I thought you had died. So many years ago.
No, my son. No. As he's trying to reach out towards you, but he's only being with Eve and Ulazal right now, holding and healing them. They can't get to their feet at all. So if you want to get down off the forge, you're more than
I'm just going to jump down.
As you approach them, they embrace you with tears as the joy at this reunion of the family. You can hear your father. Your mother seems to be a little worse for wear in her voice right now, but your father is squeaking out some of what he can explain, and you just see him be like, I never lost faith. I never lost faith. The Mountain Lord guided us. He promised me you'd be back, and here you are in my arms again, my son. You are back.
I don't understand. I was in a battle. Some of my friends here I recognize, and others I know not. How did we get here? I don't understand.
Your friends would have a better answer for you, as he gestures towards Tyrion stepping up, who is like introducing himself to Shalmir. You guys see before you Shalmir looking as healthy as ever with the true resurrection. He is exactly as you last remember him, but even to a point of like, it's so clear now, like in your memory beforehand, he was already starting to become fuzzy. It's been so long since you last saw him, and to see him again, it's like, oh my god, that thrill that comes through your body of seeing that long friend you haven't seen in forever.
There's a long version and a short version. I think for now the short version will have to suffice. You fell in that battle, but that was about, oh my god, was that 6 months ago, 8 months ago? It was almost half a year ago.
Your time relative to you guys, it's 5 years. 3.5, 4 years past.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Gonna make it more complicated.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 5 years.
I'm gonna start from my perspective because that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Yes.
It's only been about half a year since we lost you in that fight. There's a lot more to this story, but I don't know if right now is the time to get into all the details.
I had barely an idea. I mean, I saw but a vision, a few moments really, and now I'm here. Tell me, where are we? How did you get here? It feels familiar, but not at the same time.
We spent a lot of time trying to find a way to bring you back, and there was a lot of difficulties. I guess
it was easy.
Your soul didn't want to return unless it was in a place most familiar to it. So we tracked down this city called Karstool, and snuck in to get down here where we are. It's a forge deep underground beneath the city.
We are in Karstool. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Is there anyone who remains alive?
There maybe. We didn't really explore much. There's a large occupation of orcs.
Then it is as I feared. The dwarves were thwarted many years ago. The orcs overtook them. I was the last survivor. I was raised here, Karstool. It was my childhood home after I thought my parents had died, but apparently not.
You see his father cuts
Nice
in.
pun. That's really good, Shalmir.
I missed all this so much. I was really missing him last time. My son, when we were first attacked by this small band of orcs that has since grown, I was left behind, and your mother told me she was with you for a brief time afterwards before she sent you to be with the dwarfs. We were captured by the orcs, and we were certain our lives were over at that point. But luck would have it, as days went by, a group of people, of heroes, attacked the orcs. And they were incredible. One used lightning I've never seen something like it, and the swordsmanship of these individuals was incredible. They saved our group and killed the orcs, as all I could remember is how they scared us to death. They talked about how the long journey would make us more delicious, how wonderful we would taste. It wasn't right. So as I was trying to figure out whether it would be better to take our own lives before being eaten by orcs or whatnot, they freed us, and I never got their names. They never cared to share it with me, but they offered to take us along with their journey. They were bringing people with them. This is years and years ago, decades. And we told them we had to find our son. He wished us the best, and if we ever needed help, to look for him in what was the name of the city? I believe he said to ask for the Shadowed Wolf in Tendorf. If we ever needed help. I can't imagine what happened to him. But from there, we chased after you to try and find the fortress of the dwarves. But we became lost inside the many mountains inside here, and that's when he spoke to us for the first time. The Mountain Lord spoke to us. And he told us of something we must find. And we dug, and we dug, and we dug, until we found whatever it was. And then he assured us that we could now see you again, for it was you that would complete this mold that he had us bring. But when we came to the surface, it was years and years later. We were old and we were tired. And like a bad dream, the orcs were attacking again. And as we rushed in to try and find you, we fell. During the chaos, we fell down here. But the Mountain Lord did not give up on us. He kept us alive. Berries or nuts fell down through the cracks. Water we licked off the walls. And we survived. We survived as long as we could until our bodies gave out. And we could no longer keep up this forge that we were supposed to. I do not understand how he worked, but he promised. He promised me I would see you again. And here you stand in front of me. That's not a truth.
Shalmir sheds a tear. Father, he did not give up on me either. Surely, the vision that I saw was something more. Now tell me, I turn around, do I recognize the forge, the things? How do we work this, if it is his bidding?
This forge seems familiar in design, but definitely one of the older ones that back when you grew up, the dwarves were like, nah, you can't, no, you stay up here, let us do the professional work. This is way deep into the excavation that they were digging deep and deep and deep within the earth to mine things, but also they were definitely looking for new wonders of the world underneath, because that is the natural curiosity of the people of Karstool. So this would be one of the places you never really got to work, but utmost familiarity with it all. And one of which would be the fact that go ahead and make a probably a history check, looking through the molds and looking through the area of what you can gather about what was going on, what your parents were trying to accomplish, and all that.
Yeah, for history, it's 10.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage, too, because you lived.
Okay.
Even if it's not better, it's not the end of the world.
14. Slightly better.
As you're looking at the molds, you can tell there is like time and time again they were trying to make this very odd-looking weapon object. It's not a sword type. It's not typical of the shapes, and it seems like there was impurities in a lot of these molds that might be causing the failure. But there's clearly one they got right that was being primarily used. That's like still all set, ready to be cracked together, put together, filled at the moment. That's on a bench where there's a bunch of broken ones all around it across from the forge. The forge itself has a strange contraption where it's filling in the liquid into the mold from the top and then superheating it in the lava as you take it out to try and get this like insta forging of the item. But as you can see by many of the broken shards out here, there's something missing from this recipe.
Well, mother, father, or anyone else, has he spoken to you? Do you know what he asks for, what he looks for? And as I say that, I'm going to put one of my hands on my father and one hand on my mother, and I'm going to cast, or not cast, but use lay on hands.
Yeah. Just
give them a little bit of Mountain Lord goodness.
Oh yeah, and you feel this beautiful orange glow start coming over them as it almost seems like they're de-aging a little bit in this whole process as well through Eve and Ulazal healing. Eve, did she come in? I believe you saw her, but she never introduced herself to you. She was.
I don't think so.
So
I probably see her, but I don't.
As I'd say, she's still staying quiet at this point as you make that inquiry out. The room itself appears quiet until you hear actually nothing. Fuck that. Nothing. Nothing at the moment.
I'm just gonna look through the broken pieces and see, try to piece them together and see, what do we have here? Am I familiar with any of the pieces that have been worked on and failed?
Certainly. Give me a investigation check.
18?
Yeah.
Not bad.
So as you put it together, you can tell it looks like rod staff that goes up to the bulk of whatever the mold is, and whatever the stuff happening up at the top is what keeps shattering and breaking and not holding. Easy enough to make a solid rod, but it's clearly something hold at the top. So it's with an 18 though. It's like, is this a handle for a shovel, for a weapon, for something of utility, for something entirely different? Hard to tell, but as you're putting it all together, it's like there's not enough features on the mold for you to get quite an inference to what it is. You can also give me an Arcana check.
That is also bad. Well, I have -1 on all the checks that you give me.
Big win!
Now I rolled poorly also, so 6.
6. Something feels magical. I bet he's watching you and you're feeling a little nervous. He's like, oh boy, he put everything for me right here, Mountain Lord. I'm here for you. I just, I'm figuring it out.
Well, there's something here that I'm not sure. Something of significance. Something that probably is not a forged item here that should be affixed.
Wait,
do any of you know of anything like that?
Are we staying here? I thought Do we need to stay here?
The Mountain Lord has driven us here for a reason. There is something that needs to be done.
Yeah, he drove us. He drove us here to resurrect you, right?
And what reason does he put me here other than to complete his project?
Well,
I
let's
don't know. You
see.
did some pretty cool stuff in Fandolin. That was cool.
Any man could have done that.
No, I think that was a you thing.
Well, actually, thinking back, we did receive a bit of a prophecy or a riddle from the Mountain Lord.
I love that.
Oh God!
Maybe you can put some more context to it. A plague covers the still hot forge. Inside Kar's tool, a fire burns. Stoke its coals to stoke its swords. Overwhelming are the odds, but death is folly. Under the ground lays your answers.
Does it look like it would be a handle of a sword?
No.
So,
I will also give you a religion check off of that being repeated to you.
that one I'm much better at. 15.
With your mastery of interpreting the Mountain Lord, you recall legend when you grew up as a kid that within the walls of Karstool, deep beneath the ground, there was a failsafe of sorts to the city, that no one should have the secrets of the dwarves if the dwarves did not deem them worthy of such. This was typically kept at the deepest depths, and obviously if Karstool is still here, according to the legend, the orcs are too fucking dumb to figure out there might be more stuff underground. So there is that possibility that there might be more to that rumor, now that the Mountain Lord's calling attention to that there is some sort of failsafe system for Karstool. And I would also say that clearly some significance to this Molden Forge. That is, whether it's a right now thing or a future thing, but something to note at the very least. The mold is clearly important.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I don't really have a chisel or anything, so
There are definitely chisels here.
okay.
Easily, you can pick up a
I'm
chisel.
just gonna pick up a stone or something and chisel down what the shape of the mold and
Mhm.
you know what appears to be the spot that is missing,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it might be. And I'm just gonna take note of that. And is the forge like burning hot, like
Oh, yeah.
really, really hot?
Yeah.
Okay. So it does. For my expertise in forging, I probably know that it does not need to be stoked at this point. It is as hot as it's gonna get.
Yeah, lava tends to be pretty hot.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if you want to leave, we can come back when we figure this out. But how did you even get here? I'm not even aware of this place, and I lived here for years.
Great investigation and pure luck.
You see your father or divine guidance.
We-
And Will's all,
we-
yeah.
We came to the city, and there is this bridge deep underground, and it was a little bit ramshackle, as if it had been sabotaged to prevent any of the orcs from crossing. And we couldn't cross it, so we fell.
What was across the bridge?
It was like a great gateway, wasn't it? Like a massive doorway to something beyond.
Am I familiar with that?
Yeah, it's the armory.
Okay. So we are just beneath the armory then. Well, shouldn't be too difficult to escape, assuming the orcs haven't come through here as well.
It didn't seem like they had really ventured much into the depth.
Well, I suppose we can get out, regroup. Do you know how to get out of here? Does anybody know the way?
Well, it depends, because if we wanted to just leave, I can get us back to Waterdeep instantly. And we actually notified
Good trick
Waterdeep.
you learned. That could have been useful a long time ago.
I learned it a little bit much afterwards from last you saw us. Yes, and we actually may have an opportunity for you to come back in the near future, because we told Waterdeep of the location and they were going to mobilize to try and free the city from the orcs.
Well, that is something I would certainly be interested in participating in, I'll tell you that. Yes, I mean, if we can come back at our own leisure, if you so have that ability. I have
Not
no
so much come back at our own leisure, it'll be a trip to get back here, but I can get us out of here instantly.
Well, okay. That works for me. I need to get my parents to safety, so...
Eve is helping them up, and you see Ulazal looks at the group and goes, "Oh, fuck, I keep saying Ulazal, right? It's Charnook. Charnook's here. I'm sorry. I'm having fucking...
Yeah.
No one corrected me? Really? It's the wrong group. God. Sorry. I'm used to playing Ulazal. Sorry. Anyway, Charnook is there, but Charnook goes, "What about all them prisoners up there? And Calgary's probably up there. We just gonna leave them behind?" I mean, I don't care if we do, because we already got our hands full here, but, you know, just maybe help them out.
But did we see any living prisoners?
I thought I described a
just saw
prisoner camp.
I thought we saw a bunch of... You may have described it. I remember...
I
just
think
work
Zeph saw
super
them.
Super
I think
bad.
Zeph saw them. I don't
Okay.
think anybody else did.
Yeah, Zeph's just, by the way, chilling in the shadows this whole time.
Yeah. Can't see him probably because
Yeah.
it's dark in here.
Yep.
I
Speaking of
mean,
which,
I don't really have a good way for us to get out of the massive chasm we fell down. So that's a problem.
Well, yeah. You know, the muscles only go so far on vertical walls.
And we already let Salem know where this is, so they're en route, and they know how to find it.
I don't know of any passages that go up, or at least go
I mean,
down
this is-
from the armory.
A history
Make a
check.
no check.
Make a history check.
Yeah, it's a 3.
That's a 3. As you think back, you're like, boy, I was fucking dead. That's gonna be a distracting thought for quite a bit. Eve and Charnook help both your mother and father to their feet. Both of them haven't taken their eyes off of you, Shalmir. They're in complete admiration of you, and just so proud to see you in the flesh, and here is just beside themselves.
I'd like to walk up to Shalmir, actually.
Go for it, Ignatius.
Shalmir, we have not met. I am Ignatius. I recently joined this crew on their escapades. It's good to finally meet you. And I'll stick up my hand for a handshake.
I'll definitely shake. I'll give him like an arm shake.
Yeah.
And grab
Yeah,
him.
sure.
It is well met, Ignatius. Where
Well
are you
met.
from?
Skoberheim.
Skoberheim. Ha. Yes, well, they don't recognize all the gods in Skoberheim, I'll tell you that.
No, they're very particular about that, aren't they?
They definitely are. I would stay away from there.
Yeah, they're kind of pricks. But it's okay. I don't want to go back because they will probably kill me if I do.
Actually, you'll probably very much like Ignatius. You remember that forge we found in Fanlin?
Yes.
He
Yeah.
he has access.
Point my life. Come on.
He has access to a similar one run by a Valkyrie that we could go to in about a week.
It's a storm forge instead of a temple of the storm.
Well, I've never heard of such a thing, but I would most like to see it.
Oh, I assure you, you will.
You see Charnuk go, probably not the only thing he never heard of. You know, there's quite a lot he's missed out on.
Now's not the time to get into that.
Oh, but with the bar! We gotta tell him about the bar!
Well, the bar's doing well.
Yes! He's all excited. And your dad's just like, whoa. He's like, oh, yeah, rein it in.
How do we all just want to leave right now? Because I'm not sure if there's an easy way for us to get out of this massively deep chasm.
I am going to just start collecting some scraps of pieces, save some for myself, and I'm also going to construct a composite armor. So you see him pick up a bunch of random tools or whatever is left there. I'm sure there's anvils all over the place, smacking things, and just fitting it to gauntlets and whatever he can fit together, finding chains just to link it together and whatnot.
It's extremely rudimentary. You do. It's extremely rudimentary, but once it's all said and done, you're like, oh, I see it now. There's not all the beautiful etching I'm used to and all, that's efficient. That works. That does what it's supposed to. That is a wisdom check, I believe.
Okay.
Because you more than you know it as intelligence, not just feeling out how you do it.
14.
So I would say with a 14, it was a proficient attempt. So it is a, I believe it is DC 15 armor you're able to assemble, and it lasts for 7 hits.
Okay. Well, I think I have what I can scramble. It's best to get out of here, especially if we can't get up back to the bridge where you came.
All right. So, is the group gonna teleport out?
Sure.
Seems like it.
Okay. You all gather around Tyrion, and you guys...
I'm going to
go ahead.
take out some chalks, start to draw this intricate runic symbol in a circle around me. I'm going to look at Shalmir. It's going to be quick, so once it opens, rush through.
We'll probably should put the injured first then, and they get in front, both Eve and Charnuk get right up before it starts.
And then I'm going to cast teleportation circle to my gray hood circle.
You got it. The crew goes through without any problem, and you return home to Waterdeep in the midst of a bit of rain. You can hear trickling off the glass windows inside the Gray Hand. Or the Gray Hood? The Gray Hood.
Yeah.
As you guys enter in, you see a bunch of Gray Hand soldiers with their weapons ready and their mage arms up as you all come through, all on edge. But as you guys come in, instantly recognizing the lot of you, and
we've got some wounded.
You see people coming over immediately to go check them out, and you can see recognition between some of the gray hands too, seeing Shalmir with the group now, and just this, like, eyes are darting back and forth, smiles are looking, and there's this bit of excitement that is filling the area. As you guys go up to the bar, you can see Salem at this point is there as he's coordinating with a couple of people. He's talking right now. There's a map sprawled out, and he's pointing towards where he believes Kar's tool is, and they're starting to coordinate what they should do to try and deal with this orc problem that is.
Can I see that they're looking at and trying to pinpoint Kar's tool?
Yes, you can say that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put my finger on the map. It's right here.
Just good couple inches off from where they were generally located, and Salem looks up and he sees Shalmir, and you see him just. Oh. It's so good to see you as he goes and embraces you, Shalmir. And as he leans back, he looks at your face again, and he gives like a little tap on the side, just like, oh, I never thought I'd see you again after that mountain. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well. I don't know, I don't really know. I don't know him nearly as well as everybody else does, but you know,
it's a bit weird, but also like. Clearly, you're the guy that's come home from college and a lot has happened, so you're just sort of taking it in stride. Like, hey, everyone's happy to see me. I like that.
I assume I am aware of the false mountain that is blocking the
illusions. Yes,
the illusion. Yeah.
Yes.
And I will definitely tell him of that.
Yeah, which is extremely helpful. It is a protective measure that was put in place by the mages of the dwarfs at Kar's Tool many, many, many years ago, before your time, to ensure that the city stayed hidden.
And I will say, promise me that if you rid the orcs of this place, it will not be given the location to all. There are secrets in there that should not be shared.
Understood, Shalmir. We will respect your wishes. There is actually an individual I tracked down here that is a survivor of Kar's Tool you might want to meet. An elder dwarf that fled the same downfall. I'm sure the two of you would have plenty to discuss.
What was his name? Maybe I knew of him.
What the fuck was his name? This is a good call. I thought you'd teleport right back. His name... Gallic Ironbeard.
Ironbeard. I am familiar with that surname. My old master, Volmy Ironbeard, was the head of the forge in Kar's Tool. Is he of any relation? Do you know?
He wouldn't tell me, but I would imagine they're dwarves, as you know, stick to their surnames, so I'm sure he's related in some way.
Well, I would much like to meet him.
Certainly. I believe he's staying in one of the taverns downtown. I'll get the name for you, and you can meet up with him on your time.
Well, I would have him. He can stay for free with us. I'm sure all of you are fine with that.
I'll let him know. He'll come to you.
Very well. Thank you, Salem.
Certainly, Shalmir. Again, good to see you. We're, actually, you might be of help, as we're trying to figure out the best way to assault these orcs, without having our wounded and our captured too badly caught up in the crossfire. We're trying to figure out a plan of assault here. We've alerted the northern forces and the Lin Ryu, and right now our biggest problem is dwarven cities have incredible gates. They are heavily fortified, and to charge in through the mountains is going to be extremely difficult. Do you have any suggestions?
Do I know of any back entrances that are secret?
I would say the way you escaped was a secret entrance during the fall when one of your mentors aided you in your escape as the orcs attacked way back when. It would be a pathway from within the mountains that leads to just underneath the, I'd say the main, just off center of the main palace, and it collapsed when you were leaving. So then this would change the mission more to a excavation, then lead an army underneath and whoop, in on them instead of an all-out bloodbath.
Well, I'll explain that. So we either have that option, or a few of my friends here were able to sneak in. As you understand, orcs are not the brightest.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody could get behind to open the gates. Possibility, but I don't know. I mean, I was not on top. Others were. How well defended are they? Could it be surrounded or snuck behind and opened? Or do they man the gates?
Say to the group.
I mean, there was like a large encampment, but it didn't seem like they were very on edge. They seemed very relaxed. It wasn't a majorly difficult task for a small group to get by them. They seemed like they felt very confident in the hiddenness of the city. So I don't think they would be expecting much.
Well, then perhaps a twofold encounter where I could bring some under the mountain, and others could open the gate and face them from the front. Give them a twofold attack.
I like it. This sounds like the plan forward. I'll contact Brian. I believe she wants to try and get... Do you remember those people inside the mountain you were fighting with? Did he even see them before they got revived?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a tough
Don't
one.
remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was still alive when we revived him.
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, we're going to contact these people called the Chosen. And I think they're going to aid us in this assault. I think someone in particular has a skill set with sneaking that me and him could do some serious damage, open up the gates, and I know a lot of people that would love to give these orcs hell, especially the northerners that they've been terrorizing and hiding away from.
Oh, he doesn't even know the half of it.
Well, I certainly would as well. The reason I am ripped from my family is them. I assume they are the same. Tell me, did you notice any markings or anything of the orc? Do these bear anything intricate? Something an orc would not normally bear?
Jeff noticed, and he did in fact see the strange symbols that do identify them as the very tribe that took both your homes many years ago.
Well, we will bring the fight to them, but we must reconvene. I believe there is something that I must look for. I don't know if it is necessary prior to the engagement or not, but I will convene with the Mountain Lord and I will get back to you.
Wonderful. And I'll let you know how the assault plans move out. We just got done with one war. It's tough to be thrown into yet another one, so hopefully this can be quick. I know Brian has suggested we reason with them, and I've suggested Brian reason with us about reasoning with them. So we will see how that goes.
I don't know if I know who Brian is. I don't think so.
You would not.
Nope.
As your
I don't,
eyes
well,
just kind of
whoever
glaze
this
over.
Brian fellow is,
Oh,
tell
what?
him that there is no reason to even entertain the idea of trying to reason with them.
Right.
They are murderers and thugs, and that is it.
I'm gonna just lead over. By the way, Brian, she is the king in the north, like the big shot up there.
I know of one big shot, Tiri.
Yes. Oh, yes. And he's like, noted.
Well, if we attack, if diplomatic options are exhausted anyway, then what's the harm in at least trying to reason?
I mean, might give away our attack. Anyway, I'll present this plan first, and we'll see what the King of the North has to say as he's wrapping it all up. You guys go enjoy yourselves. Don't worry about this right now. This is a few weeks away, and then we have a great celebration. Once we return our lost and our prisoners, our missing in action, our comrades in arms, we are going to have the greatest party ever.
Yes.
I think we'll all be there.
You have no choice. You will be there.
Even better.
Otherwise, it will be quite an offense to the kingdom. You see one of the guys leaning over and just like, could you imagine a whole festival thrown in their honor and they don't bother to show up? And you see them like, I wouldn't want to be them. L'Oreal would not like that. She would not like that. Okay.
When he says L'Oreal, I'll say, "How is L'Oreal doing, by the way?" Give him a wink.
Yeah. You see Salem give this look like, what the fuck? Yeah, she's fine in her governance. She's right now interim leader of New Minna as they're trying to solve the border dispute. But she'll be back soon enough.
It's great to hear.
Oh. We can step by and say hello at some point.
I plan on doing that.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep talking to Salem and Graham, or do you want to go back to your place?
I think the plan is go back to
just
the
wait.
house.
All right. Walking through Waterdeep, you see it is a gray day. You have the smell of concrete and water right now, the freshness of the plants that are throughout the city here and there, in between all the cobblestone. Gives this very quiet, somber welcoming of home. Walking towards your manor, you do walk by the Crane Monastery, where there are statues of individuals that you don't recognize that seem to impart some sort of history of success. You also see a statue being made inside Waterdeep that is of, it looks like 3 figures holding hands on top of a sword together. It's what seems to be quite the centerpiece that's going up. The city itself, hodgepodge between some reconstruction and refinement of what you remember to be your home. Inside the bar, it looks beautiful as it's renovated. The new staff greets everybody, and the excitement fills the entire room as they see Shalmir, his parents here. Gustavo immediately starts cooking one of the biggest meals he can. It is just a wonderful coming of home. At this, both Yavanna and her sister are currently there, and Orhana is nowhere to be found at this point either. So you guys have your time to yourself as you are inside your bar, inside Waterdeep, back home after a very long adventure.
Mm-hmm.
What are these fried rings of onion? Whose idea was this? It's fantastic.
And that was, I think, wasn't that Orhana?
Yeah, yes.
She was the one that developed them.
Well, it's just too bad she's not here.
Yes,
Give her
she
a good
is
pat on the back.
off doing her own mission.
But either way, we get to revel in her accomplishment as I lift a ring. And I eat it.
I lift one as well and eat it.
So yeah, a lot has happened since you were last around.
Yes, tell me everything. 6 months, it could have been a lifetime.
Well, so the 6 months thing is a little bit of a misnomer. It's
What?
it was 6 months to us. But in that mountain, when we were fighting that creature, there was this weird effect going on. You may have noticed that was actually a sort of distortion of time. And about 4.5 years passed while we were in combat.
So are you telling me that, for me, 3 seconds turned into 6 months, and for you, 6 months turned into 5 years?
Essentially.
Right. Good to know. That is very odd.
Yes. So the world is quite a bit different from when you were last there. There was a massive war. I believe it's been being called the All War. That was being waged for many years. That actually just ended a few weeks ago.
Hence the
I'm
party.
sure you had your hand in that.
We had
at least.
some parts in it. It was fought primarily up north, so there were only bits and pieces that we were actually involved with. We ended up. Let's see. Oh God. Let's. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. There's a little bit more to the story that you need to know. So we came out of the mountain. We fought this creature. And then the Orlef creature, and then we got whisked away to this underground city. It was this clockwork city, that I think Orhana was from, and we were given this task to find something called a Paragon of Light. And then the city got attacked by this thing of madness and this giant lizard beast thing. Kind of like Tellius, but like 12 feet tall with black.
Not as handsome.
Not as handsome.
Of course.
Giant swords coming out of its arms. Pretty nasty. We fought him briefly, and then escaped with an angel. And the angel took us to the Feywild, and then it took us to this other place that was way up north of the mountain on the same continent, all the way across the sea. And then we found the brother of Xanathar named Tharnazand, and he was in this cavern that was an ancient magical city. And we had to explore this ancient magical city, and we ended up befriending him and going through all these tasks. It was this whole thing. But then when we got to the end, we found this Paragon of Light thing, and it turned out to be this orb that was similar to the orb that Charnook was looking for, but a different element. And turns out there's 4 of these elemental orbs. And then we ended up fighting Ragnorm again, went through this whole thing. We escaped, but unfortunately Ulazal had to sort of give his life, but didn't actually die. But he's not with us anymore, but he's still alive. It's a weird thing. You're Lyris. And then we came back here. Oh shit. Where did we go from? And then we got. And then
You see Matt Mercer just sitting there, eyes wide at you guys. He's just rapidly writing at this point.
Oh yeah, and then
of D&D.
we came back here, and then there's this attack on here from the war. A bunch of these generals that were like the underlings of the bad guy came. Well, we ended up killing them, and there was this whole thing about demons, and the devil himself was be here, but then we stopped him and we shunted him back to the hell.
Specifically him and I. We like sued him. It was cool. He had to be there.
And then we went over to Minna. And then we went over to Minna because we were trying to find this map maker person. And we got enslaved, but then we started a rebellion. We destroyed all the slavers. And now we're here.
6 months is not that long of a time, Tyrion. I suspect you're making half of that up.
It was a busy 6 months. And they ran into me over in Autet on their way back over. We caught a boat together.
Well, you seem strong enough. I'm glad to have you here.
Yes, and I can heal too, so...
That is good. Some people, well, yeah, good.
Hopefully there'll be no more bags of ash we have to carry around.
I do not know what you mean by that, but sounds like a good time.
Speaking of healing, I am Eve. I wish I could have been there sooner for you, Shalmir. I came to the mountain, and I aided you guys, your group, while fighting Orlith. I came too late to prevent your death, but I helped bring you back to life. And with that, there must be some greater plan for you, as the Mountain Lord has had, and even the hunt shows you have a path forward. But speaking of healing, there is one more thing I have before I leave and return to my family. I have one more diamond here that I can resurrect somebody with. I believe you mentioned there was a favor in this group that somebody needed help with for one more life.
Zeph just goes, Tellius?
Oh.
Yeah, so
dead?
I'm just gonna, yep, me.
Tullius just looks at you and he's just like, Well, I'd be happy to help you.
Wait, right now?
Yes.
Let's go.
So, Eve and Zeph, you guys can leave towards your home.
Yep, instantly.
All right. They say their goodbyes, and...
No, he doesn't say goodbye, please.
Zeph, you leave with Eve, and I'll say over the next week or so it takes of travel, the two of you get to your house on the outskirts. She's able to cast the ritual, and for the first time in a few years now, you see the wonderful face
Remember her name.
of Nina Selden.
I'm like that. I don't remember.
With her blonde hair, pale blue eyes, and elven body as she embraces Zeph and hugs.
That was so much easier than reviving Shalmir.
Sure was, because she doesn't have a martial class. I'll tell you, losers, a lot easier to revive. A lot easier.
I suspect that they will not want to stay in the Nonin.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he might just go back to Waterdeep if they still have a room for him.
Yeah, they do. They're more than
At least
welcome to,
at
because
this
people are
point,
constantly
but-
moving in and out. So Zeph's more than welcome to stay at Waterdeep
Yeah.
in his retirement. Just helping out the city.
hmm
Nice.
He will maybe be like a gray hand helper or something. If
Probably
very
more than
last,
a helper.
very last stitch.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to help as much as he doesn't have to.
Yep. Terrific.
Just wants to enjoy himself at this point.
Zeph gets to enjoy his life as you guys see the mysterious man of shadows go on his next journey and shortly return. So him not saying anything was almost as he comes back in a week or so from now, you're just like,
hi.
Hey.
He could have been there the whole week. I wouldn't have known.
Half the time I never know when he's here.
It's just so sneaky.
And I'll even say for the
Did
sake
that guy
of
just
brevity,
disappear?
you all get an introduction to his wife. We don't have to role play that, but you all get an introduction to. Is it Nina or?
I think it's Nenia.
Nenia.
I think it's Nenia.
Nenia.
Yeah.
It's got an N-A in there.
Yeah. Nienna. Nenia.
Yeah. Niena. That's what it is. Niena. Niena.
Niena.
Nina.
Yes. Niena.
Nina.
You guys talking about my girlfriend?
Nope.
Uh-huh.
It started there, but then it didn't end there.
Likely story.
So that's settled there. So Zeph's off doing that during peacetime. What else do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm gonna go back to my forge and see if there's any weapons or armor that I can somewhat help, because all I'm wearing are these
Yeah.
scraps.
As you get here,
I'll help him clean up the cats.
yep. You guys spend time cleaning up the forge. You are delighted to see all the cat friends you made, but also like there was only 3 to start. This is more. This is a lot more. Maybe I shouldn't have put out milk and food for these things. But then again, it's nice to have company around the forge.
Wouldn't have gotten that bad if I had been there.
Yep. I'd say over time you can easily make armor that would be suitable standard armor. And it'll cost you some money, or you can go out and buy armor. You're poor as shit, technically.
Yeah, I
Zeph
certainly
took his
have
money
nothing.
and ran. So you have the rest of the group is filthy rich that they can aid you to just buy armor that you need right now. You can have solid armor at your forge right now where it's not going to fall apart, but just standard 15 AC heavy plate mail you can add. You can get a standard normal shield. You can get a standard warhammer. You can get your basics back right now. Nothing magical about them at the moment, but getting into the swing of things, you're able to start getting the forge going, crafting your own items. If you want to start improving these and make them better, it's going to cost time and money.
Well, I certainly don't have the time for that. Does anybody know? Does anybody have anything extra that I could at least start with and improve from there? Or I have none of my things. Did you happen to collect them?
We did not collect them, unfortunately. We were kind of whisked away pretty much immediately after the battle.
You see Kolvath over in the corner cackling. He's just like, immediately, no chance to pick up your ashes, just the ashes, rather. And he's just laughing his butt off as you see a red tiefling at the bar laughing, and you're like, that's...
Just ignore that.
That was actually a thought I was having, was trying to go back to the mountain to see if we could recover anything. But that would take some time.
You can't just bring us there as you brought us here?
No. I'm limited to very specific places that have access to an actual teleportation circle.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we could just purchase something. I don't know. I have
yeah,
no money.
we can help you out with that.
I have a lot of money.
We all have a lot of money.
So what is it? It was like 1,666 platinum.
Yep. And then, technically, I still have some money left in my Waterdeep account.
Technically, a fair amount of you do. I think Shalmir does.
I think I do, actually.
You would have a lot of money, probably.
I don't think I really
had
spent
much.
very much.
You have 10 grand plus interest.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well,
That might be something to look into about how much
He's
money
cleaning
you
the forge.
actually
It's
have.
just cat crap all over, like this deed of rights for checks to write, and just like, oh, we'll just go a couple pages down. Top of that's not looking so good.
Yeah.
cast mending on it. I don't know if that's not going to do anything, probably, but
Charnook, I could use a drink.
Oh, I'm on it. I got a special one for you. As he makes a house special for you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, my good sir.
And you see he has another one and just like, bet I'll beat you. Drinking it down. Collects off yours and begins to start drinking it down as fast as possible.
I'm gonna drink about like half mine and then stop.
Sure, you see how pussy as he's drinking it down. Talking through and it's going everywhere.
what time is it right now?
I'd say it's probably about 5 o'clock in the evening.
All right, I'm gonna go buy some normal plate armor.
Sure. Normal plate armor is going to run you about 300 gold pieces.
Sounds like 300 out of my bank account.
Yep.
Because I have none on me.
It's fine. 10 grand, so I'll just run up your expenses. At the shop with Grit, there is a hammer that you can buy. There is a... okay, Mom. Yep. I would say the Corpse Slayer light hammer is there.
Slayer light hammer?
Yep. That one's not great. I probably have the wrong terminology here.
Is there a warhammer?
Yeah, let me look for that. I'm trying to find that. There we go. There is a +1 warhammer. Oh, that's what I was looking for. The Corpse Slayer warhammer is there as well. So there's a +1 warhammer and a Corpse Slayer warhammer at the moment.
Can I buy both of them?
You can. One is going to run you 2,000 gold pieces, and the other one's going to run you 3,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, might as well.
So that's 5,300 gold pieces. Anything else? Healing
No, I don't
potions
think I
you could
can
find
do
out and
anything.
about will run you for like normal healing potions about 100 apiece for just a standard healing potion.
There's still healing potions?
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have been all consumed.
Yeah.
They're restocking now that the war's over. Not at Grit's place, but these are at other places
Right.
for the sake of.
Yeah, I'll get 2 healing potions.
Alright, that'll be another 200. You're at 5,500 spent. You have 4,500 gold pieces left.
I think it's all I really need. Unless I can find like a special shield or something, like something that's better than the normal one.
Probably not in the moment. You guys lost the
Yeah.
shield of Atreus, so that hurts.
Yep.
But maybe on another adventure you'll be able to find more stuff.
I don't know. We have a pretty awesome shield right now.
So, anything the group wants to do before they sleep? Go get rest or anything like that? Before the next day starts?
I don't think so.
That I can think of.
Okay. As you guys fall asleep in your home, I will say your group will be getting stronghold actions with your mansion. That will be happening as well. You will be getting stronghold abilities for the Waterdeep crew. We just not going to go into detail with them right now. That's just a heads up of sorts.
Ooh.
have a music change real quick.
As Ragnorum bursts through the ceiling.
No.
I just before
Yes.
Shalmir goes to sleep,
Sure.
he wants to use radiant consumption in his bedroom
Okay.
and just glow. His skin starts cracking. The orange glow comes out,
Yeah.
turns into bright white, and then just pray while he's doing that, and then go to sleep.
Oh, well, you don't get to go to sleep that quickly. As you pray, the presence of the Mountain Lord comes over you. And you hear what was once up, but now minimized. You. Dungeons deep lies mysteries of hope. Our world cries. A new shadow is. Probably pause the music while trying to sing a rhyme. A new shadow is cast. Stroke your fire. Stroke your forge. Numbers in 4. Only one can craft the gems. They must seek the Titan Forge. Numbers in 4. One of sun to do what must be done. One of fire to stoke the pyres. One of night to end all fights. One of grass to prevent all from turning to ash. Numbers in 4. Your destiny lies beyond the door. As a familiar song hits you, that you've heard before.
I just want to point out how ironic it is. The grass to turn all things from going to ash, but yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should heed this shit a little more. Maybe. Anyway. Shalmir. The gems must be kept safe. Those who follow the forge toil, for darkness is on the horizon. You are my hammer. You will bring change to this world. It is your path to discover before all is turned to ash. And you feel the presence leave you.
Burst into Tyrion's room.
Oh my god!
Where is the stone? The stone from the Titan Forge. Where is it?
You're just like in her underwear. Just, even like Colvith was like ugly sleeping over to the side.
Oh. Yeah, about that.
Tyrion.
So that really ridiculously powerful demon monster thing we told you about, that Ragnorum, it kind of took it from Eulyris so that it wouldn't
blame it someone who's not he is.
kill him.
Sorry.
So it kind of has that gem as far as we know.
Right. Good night.
Wait, what?
I can't deal with this right now. Unfortunately.
You see Colveth being like, for one night, it would be fine. I'm out. I'm not sleeping if this shit's gonna... I need my beauty rest as Colveth walks out of the room. All right.
I'm just sitting there just like confused.
I'm going back to sleep if I can.
All right. As you go back to sleep, you're able to Shalmir. Tyrion. You feel your
Yes.
body freeze up.
Huh?
You find yourself in a state of being stunned as out from the shadows a hooded figure comes. And as it leans closer, emerging from underneath his cloak, this metallic hand comes up to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Quite an interesting trick you pulled in Minna. You can start rolling, I believe, is it wisdom saving throws, as he used a power word stun on you?
And he really likes Hunter.
It just sort of worked out that way, which is,
Yeah,
unfortunate.
that's a 19.
Nope. Alright, I just gotta see, but what, is it a wisdom? No, it's con. It's even worse, right, for Tyrion?
Oh no, that's way better,
Oh.
actually.
What is it?
Because I'm a sorcerer. That is, oh shit, that is 25.
That saves.
Oh, wow.
I pretend like I'm stunned though for the moment.
Okay. As he has his hand against your face and he comes back. That magic. I've known that magic. How did you come across it? As he goes to release the power word stun on you, but knowing you've already broken his spell, he takes a step back as he is standing above you as you sit on your bed right now.
I'm not sure what instance you mean, to be honest.
Think hard about a moment in time where you shook the world.
I was just trying to save my friends. I knew something needed to happen, and that Tyra had me cornered.
Make a deception check.
That doesn't work. That's a natural 1 for a 6.
Okay. Cornered. Interesting. Choice of words. But you dropped quite a powerful spell for someone that is not quite there yet. My curiosity is piqued. How such a feat could be accomplished. You can feel a lot of the light is like almost absent as this room, as like this darkness has continued to fill all the way through.
You know, some things they just happen. I'm not sure what was the trigger or what brought that about. I just know that it happened.
Almost like
You were born with it. An innate gift.
Well, you know, magic just... Sometimes it just comes to people.
As he gets very close to your face, and you feel a different tension building inside here. As...
Sometimes
I mean,
it does, doesn't it? It has the strangest way of manifesting itself.
As you can see, this strange shape of a person leaning out of the shadows of the wall.
I mean, what does it even interest you? I'm clearly not anywhere at your level. What would a lowly sorcerer like me have to offer anyone like you?
He just stares at you as you say this. He's right into your eyes, unblinking, and you get a look at a much younger Mansoon than you last remember. His face does not have the scars and the aging. His hair is lush. As you can see, this younger version of Mansoon looking into your eyes with quite a scowl.
Yes. What could someone like you offer me?
I don't know. I mean, when we exploded that dungeon, it was it didn't seem to do much to you.
He takes your arm and the metallic of his hand, and he starts clicking off your skin, and you can feel it rubbing against the roughness of your natural skin as he goes down your arm. He puts your releases your hand.
There are many mysteries to this world, Tyrion. Many mysteries indeed.
And he starts to turn away from you.
The other figure, do I get any details on them?
Give me a perception check.
13.
Tough to make out. Looks like a woman of sorts. But as he's about to leave, he turns.
I'm always watching you, Tyrion. Don't forget that. You and your merry band of misfits. Always watching.
And then he disappears.
Creepy.
The room, all the blackness that was forming around you fades. And you definitely have the sense that multiple spells were being cast during this entire sequence, one of which was a silence spell that anybody on the outside couldn't hear what was happening inside here.
See you next week.
As
I gotta wait like 10-15 minutes to see if anything more happens.
Colvith bursts through the room. Oh, God! Charnook snores, I'm back in here! As he lays on the table that he was in your room, you're like...
I'm gonna like...
You just...
Panic look in my face. Pull out the black box.
Yeah.
Press the button and just be like, red alert, red alert. Mansoon was here.
5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. There's a knock at your window.
I'm gonna go to the window.
You see Salem. What? he doesn't even ask if he can come in. He just comes into the room.
I'm just gonna hand the box to him.
As he opens the box and we look at it and it's going through, You're just in a room by yourself as it's recounting, and nothing's showing up during the black box recording. As you see him, he's like,
he was doing something that was there was a lot of magic being cast. He must have been doing something to conceal himself. He was very creepy.
he does this. He's very aware of our black boxes, but I was hoping you would have caught him off guard potentially for this very strange visitation. This is... Why? Why? What did he say to you?
He was very interested in an event that happened when we were in Minna, where I kind of cast a spell that I shouldn't have.
How do you cast spells that you shouldn't have?
It was
Like
I don't know, like I shouldn't have had the power to cast it. And then I did. And then it happened, and he seemed very intrigued by that fact.
Well, first, congratulations. I haven't ever, even the Black Step, I've never heard a story like that. Secondly, uncongratulations, because that definitely is going to pique the interest of his sort. So that's bad. So we're like back at even here. How can he just get in here? We have runes. We have security measures to prevent this stuff from happening.
Yeah. And there was somebody with him, a woman.
Oh, I'm probably his entourage. I came across Mansoon with the Chosen. We fought him inside Lian Zhao in the north. Well, they did most of the fighting. I did most of the not dying. But he had accompanying him 2 thralls that serve as basically the greatest annoyance in the world.
Did he seem younger when you saw him?
I didn't get to see him in person, but the Chosen told me he did appear so.
He seemed very young from when I first saw his face.
Well, he was killed by L'Oreal when, during the whole escape from Tendorf with a group of individuals. Calgary was a part of that group. While we were on the mountain, he was supposed to have been killed.
Yeah. So I guess he just likes me.
Indeed. While this is happening, Tellius.
Oh no.
Inside your room,
No.
you open your eyes and
No,
you
I
see a
don't.
hooded figure across from you,
No,
and
I
you
don't.
close your eye, and then you open your eye again, and you hear the metallic clicking
Oh boy.
of the hand on a table, just watching you sleep at the moment.
What do you want?
I find you to be quite an interesting creature, Tullius.
Yeah, that's what they all say. One of a kind.
One of a kind. Maybe more like 3 of a kind. You're the 3rd I've seen.
Or the other 2.
A good question indeed.
Well, why bring it up if you're not going to tell me?
I love you, Tellius, so much. He's killing it. Me, no, that's great.
A little for the first time ever, a small chuckle from Mansoon.
Well, I'm interested in you, Tullius. What do you know of what you are?
I know that I'm like at least 1 million years old, pre-collapse.
What an interesting time that was.
I bet it was. Wish I could remember it.
Oh, I would have remembered if you were there, but definitely nothing like you was there.
Well, that's weird. You were around then.
Most certainly. It was a troubled time to say the least.
Yes, I can imagine so.
But ancient as you are, you may be the last of your kind.
That's not very surprising.
One of the individuals that look like yourself, I found its body outside the city of Fandlin some time ago.
Can I glean to see if he was the reason why he found the body? Like,
You can
did he
make
kill
an
this
insight
person?
check.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
make an insight check against Mansoon.
pretty sus. Insight, right? I'm pretty good at that. Come on, D&D. Roll that die. 23.
23.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, pretty hard to read. But with
Yeah.
that said, given the information he's given you, it's tough to tell. He's so passive and neutral in his voice. It's not like it doesn't sound like he was out killing whatever the fuck you are.
Just killing.
Alright.
Gotta keep killing.
As you check him, he's just like,
He was long dead by the time I got to him. But dissecting
You were
him...
able to ascertain it was a he.
Yes. They, have similar...
I'll cast a disguise self to look like my uncle.
as you look at your uncle, or as he looks on your uncle, he's like,
And yet a fourth exists, then.
Alright. Never mind.
No, this one was bluer in its skin.
Bluer.
I dissected it to try and learn more about whatever you are. With little success.
And what did you learn?
They are mortal. They breathe and piss just like the rest of us.
But how could it be that we are able to live so long? I mean, my case seems to be special, but is that the case for the other one?
I have no way of dating it. So how did you date yourself? Maybe I could use the same method in exchange for something you desire.
Yikes.
How about you go fuck yourself, man, dude?
Yikes.
everyone has their price. You calm down. He's being civil here.
He is
Don't
being
you
pretty
influence
chill.
Tellius.
He's been pretty chill compared to the two of you. We'll say that.
He's not standing there licking his lips like.
Yeah, right? I was dated by some spell. I know not the source or the way. By some powerful entity of times long past.
What sort of powerful entity?
As he leans into you a little bit off the chair in your room.
You know, I'd love to tell you, Mr.
Mr.
I
Soon.
know this is Manson, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Soon. But I am not quite sure what your intentions are with this information, so I'm a bit hesitant to proceed.
My intentions are and always have been in the pursuit of knowledge.
And when
Right,
you
but
when you
what
said
do you
Mr.
tend to
Soon,
do?
by the way, you heard like a snickering from the corner of your room.
Okay. Okay. Wait, I heard it though?
Yeah, you heard a snickering.
It's like audible?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh god.
You can look if you want.
I'd love to.
You look and you can see the outline of this shadowy woman in the corner of your room.
Who is that?
This is a pupil of mine.
If you go ahead
Right.
and make a perception check.
Right. A whopping 25.
There's actually 3 other pupils in this room as well.
Right. So, what are you doing gallivanting around with 3 pupils in the pursuit of knowledge for? I mean, knowledge is great and, powerful and useful in all sorts of ways, but seems a bit weird to show up in the middle of the night to a special man's chambers with just 3 people in tow.
You see he gets up from his chair and walks over to your plate armor that you took off before bed. And as he's holding up the top half of your plate armor, his metallic hand traces over the frozen star of Halal.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, I'll tell you why I'm in town. If you introduce me to Ilion Perry in the vault.
Ah, so you already know his name. Wonderful. All right, that saves some trouble.
I fucking love you so much. I'm sorry.
Tellius, the BBEG.
Right?
As he puts your
Peter
armor
better
back
than-
down, he looks to you.
How does that sound? Tellius von Draco, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds better than you just continually spewing knowledge about me that I didn't tell you. So that's pretty great.
Eyes and ears everywhere, Tellius.
Yeah. Could you? Yeah. I don't think I wanted to know that. Do I really have a choice here? Feeling a bit strong-armed.
There's always a choice.
Right, yes, but I don't think it suits my best interest to choose wrongly in your eyes.
I would agree.
Yeah. Right then. Can I... did you guys leaving the room? I just want to get changed and whatnot.
We
Seeing
can
this
get
man is
changed
annoying.
On the way, Tellius.
On the way.
As
Really?
you see, your clothes get thrown at you in your face from a corner, and a window opens up.
He's like, after you.
Right. What's the orientation of the window that I'm about to leave out and any of the other rooms?
You are on the left side that is leaving. You're on the second story, technically. So you're on the second story, the window's open, and as you go outside, this leans on into the courtyard of your area. So near where the study that Tyrion and Eulyris made, Shalmir's forge is out there. It's off toward that side. The green room is upstairs. Greenhouse is upstairs. That's another layer above you guys.
All right, so what about below me? Is there like a window or anything directly below me?
Directly below you would probably be a window into the kitchen.
Excellent. All right. Okay then. Right, let's go then. And
Before you go out the window, you see him put his hand on your shoulder.
And for no funny business,
As he goes to your hand, he goes,
I'll make you a promise. You will be unharmed and brought back as long as you bring me to the vault and introduce me to this creature. And you will have not only the answer to why I am in Waterdeep, but I will answer any question you desire.
as he holds his metallic hand out. Actually, it'd probably be the good hand, rather.
Right. Okay. Off we go then.
Did you take his hand? Did you do that?
Why would I take his hand? I thought I would just leave
He was
it.
coming to shake
Oh.
you, the type of deal.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought he was like,
It wasn't just telling you, he was looking to make a deal with you,
Right.
basically.
Alright. He seems sincere.
As you shake his
I guess.
hand, you can feel a pact of sorts almost form, like when you were with the Satyr King in the Feywilds. Something
Yeah.
about Mansoon is like, when he makes a deal, he makes a deal. There's no going back.
The unbreakable vow.
Righty then. Here we go.
As you go out the window, you can see that like these stairs have been formed all the way down to the courtyard that you can walk down. That's over the top of the window, but it's not like solid, so you could still, if you want to make your move to go to the kitchen, that's still a thing.
No.
But you have
I
easy
was
stairs.
I was gonna do something way different before we made the pact, but now I don't really feel like I need to.
Okay, fair enough.
I was gonna tumble out and like crash into the window and break it and be like, oh, I fell. But
Beautiful.
not necessary anymore.
Okay.
Not worth it.
As you guys go down the stairs into the night, the rain has stopped right about 1 a.m. in the morning now. You can see the moon is out, and as this group is slowly walking out of the courtyard, right now Tyria and Salem are discussing, what do you mean Mansoon's here with his window open? Like that,
Oh, no.
that is currently occurring as you guys walk away through the streets. You come upon Rainier's mausoleum, and there's a bunch of guards there, and he hangs back first as you're all in your clothing, and you see a bunch of guards being like, oh, Tellius, good to see you. It's a little late at night to be visiting the forge here, or the mausoleum. I didn't mean forge, by the way. He meant vault.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I just wanted to, pay some tribute to a few people. Seek passage. That's all right.
Right, pay tribute. You got it. You got it. Let him through. As the other guys open up. The boneyard shift gray hand, clearly not the best.
Clearly, it's a little bit looser.
Yep. These are the newer ones.
God.
As you guys go through,
Hey, thanks.
as you walk through, what you did not realize is none of the guard, like what you perceive rather, is none of the guards even notice the four figures walking behind you in their cloaks.
I'll ask him about it.
As you guys are walking through,
What kind of invisibility, stealth, non-detection madness is this? Because I mean, you're literally just walking there, right? And these none of these lads are even giving a second glance to you guys, so that's a bit crazy. And that's not the question I want answered. I'm just speculating. We're not there yet.
you get a small smirk from Mansoon.
Of course. I'm sure your question would be far more interesting than how
Well,
I've
I haven't fulfilled my end of the deal yet, anyway. So
agreed. This is a type of invisibility that those I want to see me can see, and those I want to hear me can hear.
Okay.
It's a neat little trick picked up in a time before time. If you'd like to learn it, it comes at a cost.
Right. I'm not a fan of. I mean, I'm intrigued, but I don't know. I'm not really into the whole stealth thing, but it's definitely going to uses.
But you know, the funny thing about costs is there's always a clever way to pay them.
As his
Right.
eyebrow raises a bit.
Noted. I'll take that into consideration. My guy, Suni.
as you guys go up to the well that transfers you to the vault, he's just like,
And in we go then.
Yeah. Please don't let this lich take my life. And please don't take mine. I really don't want to die today. I had a great time getting back here. And
You have my word.
I know. I'm just reiterating.
And I wouldn't let some petty lich take you from me.
Normally I like being fought over, but it's a bit weird in this case. I'll jump in.
you guys go inside the vault. You appear inside the vault, and it seems like there's been this wonderful redecorating. The money seems more organized. There's almost like a chipper feeling to the awful hopelessness of the vault. And there's no more Xanathar in here. And it's just like a time of rejoice and organization. Instantly knowing something new has entered its lair, you see the Lich King Ilion Perry materialize before you all as he goes,
Delius. What an unexpected visit. And you
Yes.
Yes.
I thought since you were such a big fan of knowledge, I'd introduce you to another friend who happens to also love knowledge. And you guys can introduce yourselves.
you see Ilion Perry look over to him and he goes,
There's no need for introductions.
as he takes off his hood and he looks up at Ilion Perry and see Ilion Perry wince a bit.
Unbelievable you're still around.
Oh God.
The same for you, dear king.
Wait, where are his disciples?
Behind Mansoon right now.
Can I hang out with them?
What? Yeah, totally.
Nice.
As you slowly
Let's see if I
start
can-
backing
let's see if I
off
can,
this
like, crack some jokes with them.
conversation, as you start cracking jokes with them, you see the remnant of Hela Thornton like smiling with you.
Jesus Christ.
As she
All right.
she just kind of looks at you and she's like, "Yeah, I never thought you'd be here, did you?"
Nope.
Me too. Mansoon is talking to Ilion.
Well, my dear king, the world changed quite a bit when you left us out to dry. Why did you go all those years ago?
You see Ilion.
If I knew the answer to that, maybe I wouldn't be here. So much of my memory has returned, and yet so little of it has come clear. Almost as if a spell confines me. Something I know to be a truth, as I've spent many years stewing down here. A spell maybe you cast upon me. If I cast the spell on you, you would never know.
That was pretty smug. That was pretty cool.
But dear king, I come seeking a question. You identified Tellius as an ancient being. Through which technique did you use? Of the spells you've taught me, that was not one of them.
He leans down, floating down, getting eye level with Mansoon.
Why would I help you, dear Mansoon? You've been nothing but an annoying thorn in my side for ages. But allies in the end. Always in the end. And I don't believe you want to see her end. For I know where your heart is. I visited it quite some time ago when I had to get questions from another.
Ilion feels a little power dynamic shift.
What do you mean? My heart.
As he starts like floating around Mansoon at this point.
You know what I mean? Far away in a place guarded by the Master of Secrets. It's within my grasp to destroy and erase you. I don't believe you would want that. For there is some unfulfilled purpose that not even Vecna would let me know about.
You see Ilion Perry.
Red flags in Tellius's brain.
Vecna, you have a flashback to, again, the encounter in the swamp with your father and Melody and the white lizard folk looking creature that had the hand of Vecna attached to him during a process.
Oh, wait a second. Tellius would have recognized that, wouldn't he? From the vault.
He was in the vault. He was in the vault. He wasn't role playing with us, so you did see in the north in that vault of all these items, the hand of Vecna was inside the vault in the north.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All
right.
All these things coming back!
I think I know what I'm going to ask about from our friend Mansoon here.
The king looks.
Very well, Mansoon. I see a new alliance forming between us again, out of necessity. But don't think I can't destroy you where you stand. You have a way of overestimating your abilities. And you have a way of not seeing your fall before it meets you.
He reaches out and touches Mansoon on his head, and Mansoon nods.
Such a simple trick. We'll meet again then.
As he walks over, you see him cast something, and in what Tellius you would recognize, something that Tyrion does when he makes his teleportation circles. He does in mere moments what normally takes people quite a while to form something as stable as this connection he has created down here. And you can see Ilion go,
Then I'll take my leave then.
and you see Mansoon.
One last thing. There isn't anything of value inside here. That's... oh... you forgot to give, Eulyris.
As you see Ilion Perry look to him, and a big bony smile happens.
Not a thing.
As he turns away.
Well, I have everything I need, Tellius. So would you like your reward here, or would you like me to take you back to your home?
Well, I prefer to be at home, thank you.
Step up.
And he motions you towards this little raise in the ground.
Alright, I will step up.
And you see all the shadows just fade behind you and then come out of the ground on top of the circle. Like their hoods are always there. You can never make out what they are, hunched over as he walks on. And you see him just with a flick of his, just one of the metallic fingers just go up. And you guys teleport right into your room again. And again, the darkness surrounds, the windows closed. It looks like you never even left.
I thank you dearly for your help, Tellius. So what is it of you ask of me? What knowledge do you seek?
Do I have to pay a price for this knowledge? You'd mentioned that earlier.
Paying prices is for those who give power to the weak king of whispers named Vecna. You have paid a favor to me, and I deal in favors, not wishful thinking.
Right. I have a great deal of questions, but I suppose I'll settle on this Vecna character. What are his motives and intentions, Vecna?
Nothing now that he was crippled many eras ago. He had great hopes of becoming the ascended king of the gods. But that was stomped out by what they call a frozen star at dawn in the texts that I...
Interesting. Frozen star at dawn. Similar to the frozen star, my sigil, that whole thing.
He looks over again to your armor.
A coincidence.
A coincidence, you think? Yes, I doubt as well. I seem to have some recollection of that situation, at least bits and pieces.
Care to share?
If you'll continue to share.
That is normally how temporary allies converse.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but very well.
The enemy of my enemy is my temporary ally.
Very well. So, I'm sure you probably already know this about me, but I have a very faulty memory, and comes in waves, flashbacks, here and there. And the mention of Vecna, I had a flashback to my uncle, the man you saw me transform into. I was there with him and another companion, and we had slain some disciple or priest of Vecna who was going ravaging mad. So, now that you bring up this frozen star and sigil and everything, it seems to make sense. There's a continued connection there.
Ever fascinating. A legend that speaks truth. They say the hand was given to those who protected the frozen star, entrusted to make sure the darkness never rose again from the Master of Secrets. Since it's true so far, it stands to reason there is a connection to the legend that speaks true of these guardians.
Right.
Tellius is a Power Ranger. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys finally learned, however many episodes in we are. I actually pitched my character to read as saying that I was just a Power Ranger.
I also owe
Right.
you, as promised, why I'm here.
That is right.
I'm making a short visit to one of my many homes throughout the world, or I once called home. An old friend has an artifact that he selfishly stores away. My friends are relieving him of such an artifact as we speak. So I've
Right.
meant to meet with everybody of importance. It was wonderful to catch up with the dear Blackstaff already.
Right. What do you know of Sundrel?
Sundrel?
Sundrel of the Shadows. You mean to say your vast knowledge has no recollection of that man? Massive chin? Really creepy? Never ceases to get on my nerves?
You see Mansoon.
Seriously, Mansoon.
You see a smile on his face.
Of the knowledge I do not know is either depths of secrets uninteresting and unworthy of knowing,
Interesting.
or
This man,
of vast importance.
vast importance. He is clearly the most important thing this world has to offer, and you should look into him right now.
Slaying me, Justin. Mansoon is cool as cucumber.
Is he though?
He is. I mean, not much rocks his boat, man.
Or what about his disciples?
They're passive, man. Like whatever
Damn
boss
it.
says, we're just here.
This guy sucks.
You said his name was Sundrel of the Shadows.
Yes. Creepiest man on the planet. Dimension, whatever.
I'll look into it. Not much escapes my gaze.
Well, clearly he did. I don't know how you missed his chin. It's so, like, bulbous.
Yes, you said that.
Yes, it's really jarring.
Well, I believe I will take my leave then.
Right. Is there anything I need to do? Like, contact you? Like, I mean, how does this work? Are you just gonna show up and be all sneaky beaky like, and keep it hush hush? Like, what do I do here?
May our paths not align as enemies, but as allies in the future. I will contact you if need be. I hope you do not contact me.
I mean, I don't have any reason to talk to you, so.
As he turns and leaves, as the darkness fades inside your room.
Bye.
As the darkness turns and fades out of the room, at your table, you see the screwed up face of Sundrel of the Shadows. Boy, I thought he would never leave.
What do you mean? This night is the worst night of my life.
So nosy, that lot. Off doing his own things in the world. Thought I'd check in with you. You seem to fall off the map. I was trying to get that book back on loan. Ulyrus needs that back.
Hey, are you guys friends, by the way?
Who?
You and Monsoon?
Oh, I don't know. Never even heard of the guy.
He was just here. Were you
Who's
watching?
here? Well, yes, I was watching all that. But, you know, easy come, easy go.
All right. Yeah, the book. Yeah, that was a bummer. Real bummer there about that book.
Don't have the book. If you don't have the book, I gotta kill Ulyrus.
Wait, really?
No, I had to go in there. What if you were responsible for his death? That would be just. Oh, you'd feel guilty. I'd feel guilty.
No. I
He's
wouldn't
lovely.
feel guilty. Tyrion would feel guilty. He's the one that got us all killed.
That's the one.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say?
What a disappointment. Such high hopes. Ulyrus told me he's the one to keep an eye out for. I assured him it was you. I assured him it was you.
Yeah, well, you know.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Some people. Yeah. So, what brings you here?
The book.
It was just the book, right? Well, yeah, I got nothing. So,
Work on that. Maybe find that sometime or don't. You know, it's only your responsibility and all. Speaking of responsibility, Tullius, and as he says that, you have a memory, a very quick one, with your father and your mother, their hands on your shoulder, and you see them saying, "It is of the greatest responsibility, Tullius. You cannot walk out on this." And you're just like, I didn't ask for this. And you just push off them and start leaving. He's like, "Don't you walk away from me! I am your father!" And as you come out of your memory, Sundrel is gone.
Okay. So, I guess I should probably find that book, huh?
And that's where we'll take our break. As Tullius tries to go to bed. Wonderful.
Every time.
Wonderful night. All
Thank
right.
God Sandra was not too annoying.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome back. What do you want to do? It's morning, the day's bright, it's exciting.
Wait, whoa.
Oh,
you
yeah.
thought I went back to bed?
No, oh yeah, no, I didn't know. Terrific. Yes, please, let's pick up.
We're calling a midnight team meeting.
Okay. So you open your door, Tullius, who do you go see
Who's it?
first?
Who's next to me?
Tyrion.
Next to me? That's hilarious.
It's
All right,
really funny.
Easy money. All right,
you
here we
you
go.
open up the door and you see me and Salem talking.
Tyrion in his underpants with Kolveth laying across the desk, so exhausted, just trying to
What?
sleep.
What do his underpants look like, though? Do they have patterns on them?
No, it's
Alright,
just
I
like
understand. I know.
garments. It's just like pajamas.
Boring.
Hello?
Hi. So I had a situation. Clearly, you have a situation if Salem's here. I just had a nice visit from Monsoon about a minute ago.
You see Salem just like, are the walls made of paste? What? Why? What? What?
He's
You can
got
just
some
see
sort of
breaking
crazy-
down all these defenses they put forth, and he's just like, what? Why do I bother?
Yeah, I guess he was here on business. I guess he visited the Black Stuff as well. Might want to ask her about that. Anyway, he's got some crazy non-detection, invisible stealth magic stuff going on. So, yeah, that's probably why it didn't work. Sorry to hear.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, you got enough on your plate, man. I don't know. That's a doozy. It's a big one.
Delegate to achieve, Tullius. That's what the black staff says.
I mean, we're a low group. We only got what, like 6 people or something. We can't really delegate much. You know,
Sure.
we're small.
Yes.
But yeah, so he was here. Just so you know, I was kind of forced to bring him to the vault to see Elion Perry. Wasn't really something I wanted to do, but I did it because I don't like dying. It turns out they actually kind of know each other a bit. Not really sure what kind of relationship they had, but yeah, they knew each other, and it looks like they made some sort of deal of some sort.
You might want to slow down before you give him a brain aneurysm.
Yeah, you're right. I'll let you digest that for a second.
That was a little.
Salem goes to
That
sit
was
down.
a lot of information.
Salem goes to sit down, but Kolvith, still not even looking, his hand over his eyes, like that, just goes, "Pah," and the chair just scoots just far enough for him to miss the chair sitting down. Ugh. I thought that was closer. As he stands up and sits onto the chair. Well. Just bad news with this one. I liked you a lot more. I really did talking to you, Tyrion. This is just okay.
Right, yeah, sorry.
Right. Okay. Did he tell you why he's here? Why is he making the rounds tonight, apparently?
Yeah, he was on business today. I guess some, quote, friend, unquote, had an artifact that he needed, and they were, quote, taking it off of his hands, unquote. which means they killed someone to get an artifact, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Well, if he killed someone, typically Mansoon tells you he kills someone. He doesn't hide around that stuff in the very few conversations I've had with him.
But regardless, business trip? He doesn't just get to walk into Waterdeep for business trips. Salem's getting more animated than you've seen him in maybe ever.
And you said you took him to the vault?
Yes, the Vault of Waterdeep, where Elion Perry resides.
What did he do? What did they talk about?
Why not?
Lots of talk about ancient spells and magic, why Elion Perry did some of the things he did. I guess Mansoon knows where Elion Perry's heart is, so he could probably kill him at any time.
His heart?
Yes, his heart.
He's a lich. He doesn't have a heart.
I'm assuming it's the phylactery, right? Whatever it is that keeps a lich alive.
We've been trying to look for that. Xanathar was trying to track that down. You guys almost delivered it to him when I caught you with his little group when you came back from your long journey.
Right. Jeez, yeah, we talked about a lot. I'll try to relay as much info from that conversation.
Salem gets his wits about him and begins taking it down, and it's back to calm demeanor Salem, back to business, but his plate looks like it just got 3 times bigger, and he's just like, okay, good to know, good to know. The more information you have, the more powerful we are. I should get to the Blackstaff, tell her about this.
You said he created a teleportation circle?
Yep. It took him like 2 seconds. He's crazy.
What?
That doesn't make sense. And now he can just be there anytime he wants.
He's next level.
What? How? You again, losing his cool. How do we even defend against something like that?
I think the idea is that you don't. And you trust that you're working with someone who's not going to kill you. He did mention that our partnership was well, he said it was a partnership and I could reach out for any additional information. But really, I guess he...
Wait, you're working with Mansoon now?
Not that I want to. It was kind of a enforced, implied, hey, enemy of my enemy type situation. So yeah.
Aren't we his enemy? Why would we not be his enemy? Last I checked, we weren't.
Look,
what?
Salem, if I had answers, I would tell you. My best advice for you would be to reach out to the Blackstaff because apparently he paid her a visit as well. So maybe if
he just leaves,
the visits together.
He's out the door.
Bye.
Out the window.
Bye. Can we follow him? Like,
I'm welcome to.
I don't even know. What are we gonna do to help the situation?
I just want to piece the situation together. That's all I want to do. Yeah, it felt a bit strong-armed there. He just kind of showed up and was like, hey, so we're going to do this. And I was like, yep. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got a...
It's 4-on-1.
4? There are only 2.
Had disciples. He had disciples on him. He had 3 disciples on him.
I only saw... Was there a woman?
Yes, 1.
Oh, I only saw 1.
You now become aware. There were many more watching you.
Cole, what the fuck?
You see Cole look up. What? I was gone for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, and you missed everything.
Yeah, Cole.
Everything. You know, I worked hard at getting you out of the slavery pits. As he goes back to bed.
Right. Also, Sandriel visited me today, so it's been a crazy night.
Cole sits up. Who knows?
Of course.
Sandriel of the Shadows.
The weird, fucked up looking one with the jaw.
Yeah, the chin. Oh my god, it's so big.
It's so big. He is
Finally, someone who gets me.
3 to 4 pranks away from a good time. Is he still here?
Maybe you could check my room.
Cole just go. He just slinks out. It's not like a run. It's like this across the walls without touching the ground. Just you and Tyrion inside the room now.
I mean, do we wake up everyone and run to the Black Sounds Tower? I mean, what are we gonna do? It's not like we can actually help the situation.
We can't do anything right now. Let's let them talk it out, get their wits about them, and they'll probably contact us tomorrow morning.
Yeah, probably. Jeez, what a night.
Yeah, crazy.
So he wanted to partner up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we'll figure it out. He also seemed to know about Vecna and Eulyris, and he also mentioned if Elion Perry gave Eulyris everything that he needed. So I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what to make of it, so maybe we can piece it all together. The Black Sounds.
Sounds like a mystery.
Yeah, sounds like a real crazy mystery. Yeah. Alright, good night, Cole. Good night, Tyrion.
Cole is outside as you just thought he was still in the room. He already slunked out. He's coming back. He's like,
He's not there anymore. Good night, Elias, you dear wonderful child.
he then goes back
Good
to
night,
Tyrion.
Cole. Wait, Cole, wait, hold on.
Yes. Ooh, yes.
What do you know of that man? Because he has been plaguing me like a what?
All I know is whatever you've seen, and seeing him troll you to death has been terrific.
No.
Yes. And if I could learn a thing or two from that, I think this would be the next level for me.
No.
Yes.
No, you're not in
Yes.
cahoots.
He's a master of deception.
You're in cahoots.
Not many can pull the wool over old Golith's eyes, but yet he does.
He's a tricky bastard.
He's the trickiest. I wouldn't trust him if I were you. My guess
Oh,
is
no.
he's trying to eat you. That's what I would do in this
I
situation.
don't think he wants to eat me.
No!
He's actually been pretty helpful, but he's just weird.
Weird. Maybe it's a fetish then.
Maybe it's a fetish.
Could be a foot fetish.
Oh, God.
Think about it. You don't know
All
what
right,
is there.
now I'm going to bed.
Yes. Put some slippers on. It's cool with
Just hearing this
am I
conversation, as Colvis tries to get into the room, at just hearing this conversation, I slam the door in his face.
You can see the door. I think you locked the door, Tyrion. Your mistake. You should probably Tyrion! I'm very tired. Open the door.
You're on the couch tonight. Go to bed.
Oh, I have my ways. All right. Does anybody actually want to go to sleep yet?
I'm going to bed.
All right. Everybody goes to sleep. You awake with a full rest the next day. Inside Waterdeep, to the wonderful smell of a bright breakfast, you have energized the entire house as Gustavo yums, and all the barmaids and men have gotten the place up and running. It's an early morning, and the Waterdeep Tavern is packed as people are trying to get a glimpse of the return of Shalmir. People are excited. One of the first people there is Rainier Nevermember, who's looking, is like, where is he? Where is he? Oh, I've missed him every day since he's been gone. Every day I think about how much I can't stand not having a friend in my life before I said it was over. This is not how it goes. And you see two of the guards being like, I really liked him, you know? So much so, I take my time on guard to come here. Or I tell you what, if he doesn't show up, I think we're gonna have to skip our next duty as well. I think go right there. I think he's right there. And many other sort of fellows are all excited to see Shalmir return to Waterdeep. What do you guys do?
Are my parents here?
Yes, they would have had their own room inside the mansion that you guys own. And they are able to walk and they're able to talk at this point now too. Still very fragile, but you can see that they have this stupid grin on their face constantly. They clearly look like people whose faith was rewarded.
I'm just gonna go to the room in the morning.
Sure.
Knock on the door.
Come in.
Good morning. I just have a favor to ask, Mother. When I died, it seems I lost my cloak. If you have the strength and the time, I would really appreciate having the colors of our people. If you have the time.
Good morning, my dear. Yes, I'd be happy to do that. Give me the day. I'm sure we can get some sewing equipment, and I can make you okay.
Yes, I can... Here, and I'll give them I don't know if I have, like, checks or something. Just be like,
Yeah.
Here, this is... I'll write them a check for, like, 2,000 gold.
You see them both just...
This is more than we need, son. We'll make sure to leave the change for you.
What is mine is yours.
You see both of them give you a big hug as they stand up and...
I missed you so much, Shalmir. My heart broke, but it is whole again.
I was sure I had lost you. I wish I could introduce you to Valmy, the dwarf who raised me as his own. He was a great dwarf, and I think you would all get along.
I wish I would have liked that very much.
Well, I will leave you to it.
And they let you leave, but then like slowly behind you, they're still getting glimpses of their son before then they leave and go out to get their supplies to go sew. Going downstairs, you can see people in like almost a celebration as soon as you come down. People are already sloshed. It's like 8 in the morning, and they're like, "Ah, there he is! What a day of celebration to be alive!" And some people are like, "Well, this is just pregame for the big celebration. Am I right?" And you can see Salem downstairs being like, "It's like still four weeks away. I mean, like we could." You're the first up, Shalmir. It's good to see you. There's a meeting requested of all of you by the Blackstaff today at noon, so let them know, and I hope to see you there.
Have we word of the dwarf, the Ironbeard?
He should be here shortly, actually. I stopped by, had a long night. You'll certainly learn that. This morning, though, I talked to him. He said he was coming over right away, so hopefully he didn't get cold feet.
Well, perhaps he's just surveying the area. I would be concerned myself, hearing of another survivor of Karstool, be it that it was dangerous, for sure.
Well, take care, Shalmir. I'll see you later, as it seems like you have a bunch of people that are happy to see you. And see Rainier come up, and he's like, "Oh! How are you? Are you being taken care of? Oh, you look just as I last saw you. I mean, your clothes, they're actually pretty good. But look at you! Oh, whatever you need, don't hesitate to ask. My friend Shalmir, You saved my life, and I will never forget that. It's wonderful to see you. Drinks all around again? Again! I've got this. As everyone starts cheering again. In the morning, the rest of you getting woken up from the camaraderie downstairs.
I just kind of like walk down.
Slunking your way downstairs. Slunking your way into town. Shalmir. You can actually hear the pinging of your forge through some of, every now and then through the dulls and the quiet conversation, you can hear like a ping.
Immediately going back there.
All right. As you exit out into the day, it's a bright and sunny day. The cold winter air. No, it's warm. It's becoming summer. So the heat, the humidity's starting to hit down in the south now. And as you open into your forge, you can see this sturdy looking dwarf, all white hair, white beard, incredible braid, straight, but it goes down all the way to his legs. And you can see as he's working right now, it's actually tucked into the belt of his pants. Modest clothes that any person would be wearing, a big nose on him, and you can see these like almost reflective silver eyes in the ambers as you see him turning over your armor's in there a bit, and you see him give a little smudge to it, and he just like, I'll do it.
Hello, my friend.
Greetings. Saw quite the craftsmanship you made here. It was terrific. I think it'll suit you a little better. Your plate mail is now +1 armor.
Nice.
So, strange man came up to me, told me that you're from Karstool, or you were at least asking about it. I was wanted to see the validity of such claims, but your marksmanship would tell me that. How great a smith you would tell the truth, and there is no lies within your smithing. You are of Karstool. I never thought I'd see another member of my home.
Yes, well, my workmanship is no other than taught by Valmy Ironbeard himself, Grandmaster Smith of Karstool.
Valmy? That's my cousin. I haven't seen him since the fall.
Were you there?
I was returning. I was out gathering ore from a local town. I normally made sure my good old cousin had everything at his needs. I fought, and I lost, but they didn't kill me. Again, they tried to transfer me, but this group of bandits seemed to enjoy terrorizing these orcs. Freed me and a group of others. Told me of hope inside Tendorf. So I dabbled in there for a time. But it was too close to home, and too many people asking questions. Settled in Waterdeep, maybe. 20, 70, I can't even remember how many years ago now. When was the fall? It's just, the time runs fast, as I was already an aging dwarf. And my youth have aged me. What is your name?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my memory's already dropping. I didn't introduce myself. I am Gallic Ironbeard, cousin to the Grand Smith.
Well, I am Shalmir Saltadana. I was taken under his wing after my home village, Gultren, was sieged by the same orcs years prior. I too was at the fall, and I was chased out. I had to retreat into the mountains. I was followed by a band of orcs, but I heard the calling of the Mountain Lord. He showed me true power, I shone brightly that day, and I smote them upon the mountain.
You make me proud. I did not know you were also a follower of the Mountain Lord. He works in the most mysterious of ways. All these years I thought it was a punishment from the Mountain Lord, who kept me from my brothers. But clearly he has other plans.
Yes. In fact, I was recently in Karstool.
His
spoke
eyes
to
light
me.
up. You can just see this, like, excitement, just heavens.
If I see his eyes excite like that, I was like, do not get too excited. The orcs still overrun it.
If only
saw,
we activated our defenses. There's deep
Yes,
beneath.
I have heard, but I am not aware of the inner workings of such a thing. The Mountain Lord spoke to me, and I have seen. I'll pull out the tablet and show him the thing I took the chiseling of. But I do not know what it means. It seems there must be something affixed to the top, but I do not know.
May I?
Yes.
Out of his pocket, he takes and fixes one of those magnifyings right in as he's looking through it. Scrunching up his face a little bit, you can see this like twitch, this habit he has when he looks over these type of materials. What a strange looking mold you have here. It's hiding something. There are arcane runes built into this. It needs something, obviously. As you see him talking to himself, getting completely sucked in, and then finally he's like, the Mountain Lord wishes you to make this mold, as he hands it back to you. He starts
As I understand it.
Then I am at your service. I would be happy to aid you around this forge or in whatever manner necessary. Even if it's taking our homeland, I can point you in the direction of the beacons. Underneath Karstool, we had an emergency system. Light the pyres underneath the 6 dwarven statues of gold. And what it does is it pulls up the mountain below we were digging. Deep beneath there was something we didn't understand. But what it does is it pulls all the lava from underneath the crust. It'll bring it right up to the top. Cleanse the earth. Zenya.
Well, power, great power indeed. One we should not let the orcs wield for long.
Agreed, my friend. I'm staying a few inns down, but the cloaked man, he said you might have a place for me to stay here.
Yes, this is ours. We own it. You have free lodging here as long as you wish.
You're too kind, and I do not take free handouts. I'll work and help as much as I can. I don't take up much space, but I'd be happy to help around the forge and figure out this in particular as he points towards the mold.
Well, I suppose I'll be selfish and take your work for myself then. My forge often sees idle time. Would be helpful.
And as you see, he reaches out to shake your hand to make a deal of it.
I'll shake his hand.
And as you do, you feel this connection of the old days. It's almost just like of the many dwarfs you've met growing up. And it's wonderful to have that friendship rekindled back on this next journey of your life.
Well then, if you come upon any findings, let me know. We might be on travel soon, but there are others who can reach out to us, so just make it known.
Noted. Thank you, Shalmir.
Thank you. I'll go back inside.
Okay. You see, he keeps looking about the forge, and he's looking over that mold, and he's like, "That's such an interesting idea," talking to himself as you go back in. All right. As you return, the camaraderie has died down a bit. The entire group is downstairs now. That would be Charnook, Shalmir, Tyrion, and Tellius. And Ignatius. Did I say Ignatius? I don't remember. You're all there.
You did not.
Ignatius, you're there.
So we had an eventful night. Kind of pulling people to the side so we're not in earshot of anyone.
Mm-hmm. You can see Matt noticing this, and he's like, "Keep your secrets."
Okay, then. Keep your secrets.
Yeah, our an old friend, an old enemy with a metal arm was paying us a visit last night, and it was terrifying.
I don't think I know who Mansoon is.
Yeah,
Oh, Dad.
you saw him.
Did he? What?
Yeah, during the
You were-
explosion.
When the boat exploded, you were there.
Oh,
You were aware
yeah.
of that.
Don't understand. He visited? Did you not fight him? Why did you not wake us?
Well, you see, the thing is, he is an incredibly powerful sorcerer. You remember how big that explosion was?
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't do anything to him.
Right.
That didn't even scratch.
Surely it is some arcane trick.
And so I didn't want to try and... It was difficult because I couldn't really cross him, as well as he had a companion. Well, I guess 3 companions, but I only saw 1. So I was a little outnumbered. He paid
I
both
understand.
myself and Tellius a visit.
What did he
Yeah,
wish
real
for?
stand-up guy.
What did he want?
He wanted to see the vault underneath the Waterdeep.
The vault.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, do you remember the lich there?
Yes. Yes.
he held-
Voluntary.
I don't know if I know that name, but yes, he held the other hand of the other side of the grass stone. I wish to retrieve that, if we might be able to. I do not know. I know last time he gave items for offerings of knowledge. Surely my grip of death he may be interested in. But I do not know. Do you think he will be willing to get rid of that? Or is he in some state, it seems, if he's with Mansoon, that does not seem like a good place?
I think he might be persuaded, provided we give him the right information, I suppose. That's
Very well.
usually the fee. But we've travelled far and wide. I don't think there's much we would tell him that could be too scary. I'll leave it at that.
Right. I heard last night, of the Mountain Lord, and I think these things of great importance, so if we can get that just quickly, I see no reason why we shouldn't at least try.
We can always try. By the way, we have to be over at the Blackstaff's Tower at noon.
Yes, Salem mentioned that.
So, would you guys like to
Alright.
go to the vault first? You'll have plenty of time then to go to Blackstaff.
I can
Maybe
just
we
go by
go-
myself if nobody wants to join me.
Maybe we go to Blackstaff first. You know, in case we die, that they're aware of where we went.
Right, yeah. That's a pretty good idea, yeah.
Up to you.
That's fine. Just immediately after.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable, but I never really want to go there without, telling someone first.
I suppose that makes sense. Alright, well,
Let's just head over to the tower early. I don't think this is really your kind of scene, this, and I just kind of gesture to the party.
You see one of
Really
the
is not.
guards that's on duty right now is taking his shirt off completely and going, ah! He's like foaming at the mouth, dancing to music that's going on inside here that Delius has set up. With his,
just say to Tyrion, clearly they do not know how to celebrate me, so let's go.
you guys
Booking out on his own party.
to Blackstaff's wondrous tower as it is high above most of the city, still twisting ever so precariously. As you guys get there, you can see someone be like, hello, the Blackstaff is oh, get in here! And you guys have like rushed in. You sit in the study. She comes down her stairs and she meets you in her meeting room, and she's just like, oh, that's early then. I guess we all had just such a wondrous night. So, what do you have to report? Just a nice, wondrous night, I assume?
Haha, you could say that.
And I'm assuming Salem has told you about some of what's happened.
Oh, he told me, and this is one of the very few times he's allowed to break the rule of don't wake up the Blackstaff, and the Blackstaff doesn't break his face.
Right, yeah. He may also mention that he may have visited you last night. Is that the case?
That was indeed the case.
Right, so maybe we should all share stories.
Certainly, you can go first. And you guys, for the sake of brevity, don't have to exactly repeat. Just tell me what, if anything's particular.
Basically, he showed up at my room, was real creepy. I explained kind of what happened in Minna, so to give a little bit of context, and then just be like, he was really interested in that about me, and it was very unsettling.
He is literally unsettling to find.
Yeah. So he came up to me and said, hey, I want to see the Vault of Waterdeep. And I was like, how can I say no when you could probably kill me right now blinking?
You could.
Yeah. So we went.
She looks you up and down. She's like, yes, he could kill you.
Yeah.
And that's no insult to you. That's just
No.
the
He's
frustration
crazy.
of him.
Yes. So we went down there, and then he chatted with our lich friend Elion Perry. Seems like they knew each other, some way, somehow.
Seldom did
little bit
share
history there.
that. It didn't get any easier the second time, it was said.
Right. And he said teleportation circle there, so I assume there'll be some sort of communion there. Yeah, great. Yeah.
We should probably meet with Elion then.
The lich, yes. Glean some information from him.
Yes, just,
Well, good news.
yes.
We were gonna go there next, actually.
Yeah, we were gonna go there next after this.
You
so.
do understand we just finished a war, and now we are doing who knows what. This is the pathway to more. It has to happen. You just see her just give up halfway through. Yes.
But anyway, so I got out. I asked him about Vecna. He relayed to me what he knows about Vecna, and I also asked him about my favorite person in the planet on the dimension, Sandra of the Shadows. He didn't know anything about him, so that's annoying. But yeah, I do have some information on Vecna, both from flashbacks and from him.
That is extremely important. As we've been
Yes.
looking into the books, that I see Zeph is not with you right now. As she looks into the shadows, and she's like, "Did he not come?"
No, he's
with
not
you?"
there.
Okay.
He was sent home and reunited with some friend or something. I don't know.
Well, hopefully he returns. Right then. So, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
You were talking about Vecna.
Vecna, yes, the journals he returned to me in the research. It seems Whitland was researching the cult of Vecna and trying to fall into his footsteps of lynchdom and then to demi-lynchdom to god lynchdom. It's a very rough process. It requires lots of sacrifices and inhumane magic, unethical magic. But once it's prepared, it gets the ball rolling. With that said, we know what the weaknesses of Ilion Perry now because of this. Sadly, it comes at a time that is equally revealed, as apparently Mansoon knows the location of such a weakness that most of us we generally know, but the formation of it is dependent on something important to the Lich. The Lich has to achieve this, basically sacrifice their entire humanity. And this can take the form of something as simple as a coin in your pocket to something as large as an entire city. So that's where some of the most dangerous ones like Vecna are to make some of the fabric of reality itself. His how do you say it? I can never get it right. Phylactery? Phylactery. To get his phylactery out into this world so he could not be disposed of. Did the Chosen talk to Vera about Vecna?
Nope. They know exactly where the phylactery is.
Yeah, just making sure.
I was actually about to bring that up that coincidental fact.
Sure. But this is of most concern, so I guess we should go to him. Your light was interesting, mine was odd. He was normally not one lost for words, but we just sat in silence for quite a bit.
He really didn't talk to you? He always seems like one who wants to speak.
It was strange. He just sat across from me in my study, and he just said, "I'm sorry," before leaving. It sounded more as a threat. That's what I took it as. But maybe not.
Interesting. Why would he be saying that to you?
He doesn't say that to anyone.
Right.
So I'm not even sure this is the same Mansoon that tried to kill me, take my black staff, and do who knows what a few years ago.
This Monsoon seems
Much younger.
different. I mean, in the sense that he really just seems to be looking for knowledge, but I have no idea for what purpose he needs that knowledge.
I don't know either. I wish I knew more. I wish I knew what his connections were with Vecna and this alien Perry, and things are just getting ever more complicated by the day. Why are you going into the tomb to see, or the vault? It's not a tomb. The vault.
Shalmir.
He has an item that is very important to me.
Fair enough. Better in our hands then. If
Yeah,
it's important to you.
the other half of that stone that he forged.
Yes.
Well, that's extremely important, and let's not waste time here. We can stew over what this means, but let's head toward the vault. And she stands up. She's like, "Is there anything else you wish to discuss in here before we leave? Even Mansoon's prying eyes can't come into cut through my spells."
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am very sure about that.
Right. No.
Not. I mean. Have you ever heard of somebody casting a spell above their ability?
Never. You
You're looking
are
at
the
him.
first.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
You're special. Ooh.
Quite a feat.
Maybe they should call you the Chosen.
Maybe you all should be called Chosen.
Nah, I don't like that. I like the Heroes of Waterdeep. It's got a regal feel to it.
It does have quite the ring. You guys are at the vault. You're about to go in unless you want to sidetrack anything. You all good to go in the vault?
I think we're gonna go in.
You guys go inside the vault. Alien materializes in front of all of you, and you see him go, I'm not sure I want more visitors anymore. The last time
But aren't you so lonely here?
I thought I was, until you brought Mansoon to me.
I mean, he kind of brought himself here, really. I was just kind of there.
He does
So it's
have a way of
he
doing
probably
that.
could have just walked in himself. Yeah. Like, I mean, he was like, hey, can you bring me there? And then, like, he already knew everything anyway. You know what I mean? That's just how he is. He's a prick.
Yes, thorn in my side for quite some time.
See, you guys seem like you go way back.
Oh, he was... How do I put it? My court mage.
Oh.
Trusted advisor. And somehow he's younger now than when he was with me then. I guess time can't be kind to us all. As you can see, like, the skin as he talks, stretching into the bones in his face. But I have some purpose that has kept me here. I stew over it day after day, wondering why I cannot leave this place, why I'm bound inside this vault, and why I would have turned myself into such a thing. I don't suppose any of you have the answer.
Unfortunately, no.
So
Sorry.
why do you grace me in my home?
I'll answer that one. Last I was here, you showed me a material, which I find into a gem, or at least part of one.
Yes.
And you showed me that you have the other half.
Yes, you
That.
see him with his hand, it floats over to you. Take it. Mansoon's looking for it. He just puts it in your hand.
I thought that would be more difficult, thank you.
Keep it out of his hands. You'll be doing me a favor.
You don't happen to have any fancy shields or something like that around here, do you? That would protect me from him.
Have anything interesting?
I will recount my experience while dead.
Sure. He goes, You know, sometimes I daydream about dying. That sounds quite delightful where you were.
You did not.
It was peaceful, but odd.
Cool. Shield. I can't spell shield. You see Blackstaff looking at the teleport circle Mansoon made. You see the Lich.
You get rid of that. I'll throw in one more shield for this boy.
You see Blackstaff being like, God fucking, I think I gotta burn a 9th level spell. Are you shitting me? she's looking this over.
I'm just gonna.
He goes over to the pile. He's like, put your hand in there. This giant pile
Alright.
of gold.
I do it.
Out you take. Never. I don't like that one. Sorry. No, it was boring. It wasn't fun.
while Reed is looking at that, I will explain what I saw when I was dead. So I saw a large female, I believe, Raven-esque Titan of sorts, in arms with a large dwarf. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was some kind of stir where the dwarf overtook the other one, and then I came back to life.
You pull out this perfectly round silver shield. It almost looks like it has a mirror-like finish. You can add the Shield of Heroic Memories to your inventory. And as Blackstaff burns the 9th level spell and the teleport circle fades, she's like, I really hope this isn't a reoccurring process. He goes, there's another shield if you reach into that pile over there. You see me grinning.
Okay, I'll do it. He seems nice enough so far.
You put your hand
in this trip, at least.
You put your hand in, and then as your hand comes out, you find a ring on your hand instead, and it is a ring of mind shielding you can add to your inventory.
Okay.
That should keep you safe from prying eyes of annoying apprentices, or court mages, or whatever he was.
Well, thank you. I'm good. Anybody else?
Phylactery, let me know and I'll give you more stuff.
You can see he is concerned. Alright. And he turns away and he's like, oh yes, leave now. As he goes back into deep thought, clearly unsettled. You guys teleport outside. Unless, yeah.
The gem I have, it's like the raw material again,
Yes,
right?
it
It's
is
not like the other.
half the raw
So,
material.
so now we have to go back to Fandolin.
Can if you want.
All right, so, well, I mean, last time we took this to Fandolin and you forged it, so I imagine we have to go back there?
It sounds right. I remember last time we went there, we ran into some not so friendly creatures. So,
Well, we're all pretty hefty, and the city there, I believe, is much different. It's a much more advanced city in 5 years that have passed with the magic of that forge. Your friend's there, by the way.
if so, he was
Yes.
he was there before when we uncovered it.
Yes, he's still there.
Very well. I'm sure he is doing the word of the Mountain Lord. So, good on him.
But we are all more powerful. I'm sure we can handle any more enemies that come out.
You're walking through the streets at this point, like in the graveyard outside the mausoleum behind the Rainier's house, as you feel this like wave impact you guys, as you can hear this ping, ping, ping. It's the exact same sound that Shalmir made at the Titan Forge years ago. But this sounds like it's coming from somewhere far away, but it's clear as day and everybody can hear it. And then it stops.
Was that familiar to anybody else?
Yeah. That sounded exactly like what you had done.
Is there any way we can get there immediately? Blackstaff still with us?
She's with you guys.
Blackstaff, I believe some of your mages have ability to or clerics have ability to transport there, correct?
Yeah, Torleaf does. I could contact him. I'm sure he's
Yes,
not doing anything.
please. Oh yes, we just had Torleaf. Yeah, bring it.
Or leave the taxi.
Wait. So then she goes and contacts Torleaf, and within like an hour or so, Torleaf comes over and he's just like, I didn't say anything to Blackstaff, but this is gonna stop. As he looks at your group, he's like, I didn't survive and work this hard to lug you lot around. Come on.
Look what you did though. And I just point to Shalmir.
Oh, that was worth it then. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, friend.
Yes, he reaches out and
Give him
shakes
a
your
nice
hand.
big, yeah.
And he's tall too, but you're just barely taller, but he's this thin, well-mannered elf. He's like, all right, well, back to Fanlin then, the old stomping grounds.
Yes.
Grab my hand! As he, like, smacks Charnook.
So I'm gonna. Do I understand? I'll cast Identify on the shield just to understand it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I will recount a bunch of things to it.
Sure.
So about spiders, about orcs, about Orlith. I can't even remember what we fought, but let's start with those ones.
Sure.
So I think I have to make a DC 10 charisma check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And anything that passes, so 11, 13, and 22. So they all pass.
Yeah, if you go one more, it resets, right?
I think it's if I fail 3.
Okay. This doesn't keep stacking. You just get a +1, right?
It's just plus, yeah. It's like it's plus
Plus
one
one
everything
against those
if you
guys.
keep going. Yeah. If you fight everything you fight, you get +1 against in the next battle
Gotcha.
or subsequent battles. So, yeah, it's basically a +1 shield, but a little bit worse.
But it's a normal +2, right? I'm pretty sure.
No,
No, it's just
no,
plus nothing.
it's just a normal.
You sure? I thought it's
Yeah,
+1.
shields are +2. That's why it's armor class +2. That's what that means.
Okay. Yeah. Anywho. All right, you guys teleport to Fanlin. Inside the teleport circle, Torleaf sees the Linrayu that are stationed there, and he gives him a wave. He's like, "Hello again. I seem to be doing a lot of this lately. We're off to the forge. Hopefully something exciting happens." As
It probably will.
as you guys walk your way out to the forge, you find Ipso there. As you travel deep inside, it's clean, and you just see tons of armors, tons of swords and hammers and mallets. This place is just getting loaded. You think the war never ended for Ipso, and he is just working his ass off. As you see him, he's just like, oh. As he runs over to you, just like, Shalmir! He grips your arm, and he's just like, the Mountain Lord has brought you back!
So it seems. It seems that you've done quite good work here.
That's all through your guidance and his. Though he is unrelenting, he has us working to the bone. It's wonderful
Tell
to
me.
see you.
Did you shake the world with this forge? We had heard.
Shake the
We
world.
had heard a similar thing.
I have never been able to accomplish what you did, Shalmir.
Interesting.
You've heard the forge pinging, though. I didn't hear anything while I was working in here.
This is odd. Well, perhaps prepare to hear it then.
I will say, when we were in our adventure up to the north in the other continent, where we found that orb, Shalmir, I was telling you about,
Yes.
that had a similar appearance to this forge, but slightly different. I'm wondering if you mentioned multiple gems, and that
Yes,
this was a grass gem, and I thought I heard something about, I think Tyrion had heard mention this being called the Grass Titan Forge.
Yeah, it's on the anvil, I believe.
So I'm wondering if that means there's other forges for each of the other gems.
That
So
would make sense.
does somebody have another gem at one of the other forges, and that's what we had heard earlier today?
Well, if I recount correctly, there is one of sun, one of fire, one of darkness, or shadow, something.
Oh,
And
you
one
help
of
me, God. I don't suppose you've heard of any of those other three on your travels.
I mean, maybe
Yes,
the one up
yes,
north.
the Sun Gem, because Sun Gem, as Ragdorum was harassing you, saying, "You've touched it, I'm gonna eat you."
Oh yeah, the Sun Gem.
So you've heard of the Sun Gem.
Yeah, we did hear about a Sun Gem. We don't have claim over it, but I know that lizard creature said we had touched it.
Do you remember touching a gem that looks like a sun or something? I don't know what it would look like.
I genuinely am not sure. I don't remember.
Tellius was the one that touched the gemstone in Orla's head helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Justin!
Tellius is just fucking off right now. He's just like eating some peanuts in the corner, like looking for holes in the ceiling. Not gonna catch me. Off guard this time.
Hey, sorry, I was having some internet issues,
No problem.
so I missed the past.
We
like, 2
we
minutes.
were just talking about how there's the different forges and there's like the fire gem, and it came up about the sun gem and how Ragnorum sensed the sun gem being touched. And
Right.
And then I
Shalmir
asked,
was asking,
Do you know
who?
what it is or where it might be?
And you're the only one that actually touched it.
Oh, yeah, I touched it all right. It was with
Touch
all
the
this.
shit out
Is that a confession?
Yeah, I touched it.
That is what she bore on her head. I do
Yes.
remember that. That was it. That's the sun gem.
And I believe, we, I think we gave it to Eve, or maybe you threw it in the bag of holding or something along those lines.
It's not in the bag of
Oh.
holding.
All right, then no to that. It's probably with Eve then. If it's not with Eve, then it's with Blackstaff. I know we gave it to somebody important because we were seemingly under constant attack. So, wait a minute. Did Ulyrus give it up? I can't even remember anymore.
No, he had the.
Lots of gems.
There's
He was the
only
one that-
12,000 MacGuffins in this story.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god.
He,
there's something.
he had the other half of the grass gem.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he gave that up to Ragnorum, and the Sun Gem. I'm pretty sure that's with Eve.
Okay, well, seems easy enough to get in contact with Eve then.
Yeah. I mean, I could ask her right now if you want.
Yeah, if it's easy
Oh.
enough.
Yeah. All right. Hey Eve, it's Tellius. Do you have the Sun Gem? Love Tellius, your favorite friend.
I do not, Tellius. I believe Ulazal has that.
Nope.
I know Ralia does in her hand.
Okay.
When they were exchanging stuff, like Ulazal was the one who always pretending he's
Yeah.
in charge, but the Eve's
Right.
knowledge.
Okay. So I think it's with Ulazal, who's I think one of the chosen. So yeah.
Well-
They have the Sun Gem.
You can meet up with them when you take Karstool.
You should probably contact them after we finish this then.
I mean, I could ask them right now.
Yeah, go ahead. If
All
it's
right.
easy enough,
How
I
are
wouldn't
you,
ask too much of you. Oh, thank
Hey,
you.
Ulazal. It's me, Tellius. Just one of the Waterdeep guys. Do you have the Sun Gem? Love, your favorite friend, Tellius. We've never met.
It's good to hear from you, Tullius. I don't have the Sun Gem. Why are you looking for it?
Cast it again. Alright, he wants to know why we want it. So should I give him a crazy response, or do you guys want to, give him a real response so he's not alarmed?
Well, what are the options again?
I mean, he just wants to know why we need the gem.
I mean, tell him the truth. It is.
That sounds fun, though.
Well, I mean, whatever will... Truthful enough that he will give it to you. Don't say that we're using it to destroy the world or something ridiculous, but...
Then what are we using it for? I want something fun, but not too fun.
We need it for the giant party that's coming up. Tell him that.
I think he's a bit too skeptical. Maybe something different.
Oh.
I think he has the highest insight between everybody and all the groups.
Yeah.
We need it to save the world.
All
Right.
right.
I mean, that was the original... Yeah,
That's
okay.
fine, but whatever. Hey, Uzal, it's me, Tellius again. We need the Sun Gem to save the world. If you really don't believe us, you can ask Blackstaff or something. Like, seriously, we need it to save the world.
Speak to the fucking choir.
Love you, bye.
By the word of Tyr, the world's in danger again. Ralia!
Yes, you hear in the background, like...
Yep.
what do you need?
Alright.
That's going on.
And...
Alright, so I think I got through to him.
Right.
Very well.
I think we made it.
We didn't tell him where we were, but that's okay. Do we want to get this done then? We can try it. I can't imagine there's any more spiders around here.
I think we're ready for a fight.
Maybe a very short one. Alright. Ipso, do you have I'm just gonna grab the tools. Like, after asking him, just be like, I took his tools last time, I didn't give them back to him. I'm just up at this point.
You see him so again, and it's back to remember when it's just like the emptiness he felt about just being used by the Mountain Lord. He just sees him just take his shit, and he's like, oh, that's right. I'm just number 4 or 5 on the list at best. As Shalmir goes up to the forge.
I will take out the raw material and start beating on it.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Fail. You suffer 1 point of exhaustion as like the ceiling, some of the dirt comes down from the ceiling, but on the ground you see like some bones come up from the ground, and they're just like an assortment of bones, but not undead.
Yeah.
I keep going.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, natural 20 for a
Nice.
30.
Success! As you start to see the form of the other half of the stone, it's different than what the other one was. They fit oddly together. It's not a oh my god, mirror of itself, which would be a word that I thought started with S, and I'm going to say synchronous because of NBA has ruined me in the program. It's not asynchronous. It's just not. I don't know the word now. I'm having a stroke. What is happening?
Symmetrical.
Thank you. Symmetrical. It's not symmetrical. It's an asymmetrical shape. As that's going, you start to hear the music of the Mountain Lord in your head. Some of the old dwarven songs churning inside you as more bones from the ground come up, and you guys are just looking around, seeing all these bones everywhere. Nothing's happening. Give me a strength saving throw.
24.
Easily. You're just pound through this, and the music picks up. The fires inside the forge are getting hotter and hotter. You start to see some of the bones like shifting in the air. They start floating up out of the ground and twirling around. Give me a intelligence saving throw.
It's gonna be a big oof. 14.
You suffer another point of exhaustion as the forge, it gets hotter and hotter, and you can feel like the skin coming tight to your body. Blisters start bursting out as your focus is interrupted by sweat glands just pouring down your face as the rest of your group is has their weapons drawn as they're just looking around at these moving bones.
Hey, Shalmir, how you doing there, bud?
Well, it's whack it again. I just
You keep hearing these.
I'm like out of breath. I'm trying to answer you, but it's just I gotta
Hey,
keep
you
going.
can do it. We believe in you, man.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
You can have inspiration on that.
Gladly take it, but probably not use it because I got a 28.
You finally, you see the other half of it form, and as all the bones are coming up into the air, they fall to the ground. As you sneak by with 3 successes and 2 failures. As you hold inside your hand the other half of the grass gem. And that is where we end tonight's session.
You can remake it?
right.
Oh my god.
No, we have the other half now.
Thought we already had it.